Center field band and band there for a week. Also going to FFA for 1 year and started concert for 1 year. Silver medalist in state marching as a junior and gold medalist as a senior. Also earned her Florida Dance and she played the PJC Dance Festival and will be graduating as a honor student. Sent plans to attend Baylor University for undergraduate degree with a major in science and business. Sunday meeting. Next up is Taylor Phillips. Taylor just scored tonight and Brother Jacksonville. Taylor has participated in band and 4 years in high school, as well as 4 years in the FFA. Taylor is proud of never went to state and marching contest 3 years in a row, this year's state champion. After high school, Taylor plans on going to nursing school to become a traveling nurse. Taylor Phillips. Alright, that's it. Emily Weeks. Emily's escort tonight was Matt Christopher Weeks, improvisation tonight, Grandpa Ricky Weeks. Emily's been in band for 3 years. Championship nation. After high school, she plays in Red County and senior Emily Weeks. Next up is Michael Sutherland. Michael's escort tonight by another Sunday team, called Oscar Lopez, and team with siblings Angel and Ash. Michael's been band all 4 years in high school. He's part of the gold medal winning band this week's state competition. Also served in Cheerleader for 1 year. After high school, plays in early college to become a the next senior, Jason Sanchez. This is going down after his high school cross country for 4 years, baseball for 4 years, NHS for 3 years. This week he was gold medal champion, state nursing competition. After high school, he has a chance to attend University College for his degree in chemical engineering. This is Central. And finally, senior band member.
I don't know where he's going to sit. I don't know if he's going to sit right here or sit
Most of the best going out online were found in Glen Rock, Montana, considering David and Danny. He's been banned out 4 years in high school, and now 7 years and goes in high school. After graduation, she plays on the PJC to begin the Brinker Hygiene program. Allison Quintero. Let's give our senior band members a big round of applause. Next, we'd like to recognize our senior cross country. First up, Peter Wilson. Having escorted by 9 Roy Williams and siblings Claire, Phil, and Connor. Having been cross country outfielders at high school and track for 4 years. Student council for 4 years, NHS for 2. She's a 3-time cross country regional qualifier, winning the NCAA program, and a common check representing the great players for high school, and between youth career and major nursing. Pediatric nurse. And then just go down there,
I know you said, guess what I had this morning?
And began with that. Then was in the cross country for 4 years. Two, SSLA for 3 years. Sports medicine for 4 years. After graduation, plans to attend PJC and then on
finally breaking out my Jordans that I got Valentine's Day. And I have not worn them. They've been in a box. One time.
Just say excuse me. Open your mouth. Say excuse me.
So Paul, for joining us tonight, so we're going to go right to the next team. We'll announce the senior and the official team, Mr. Adam.
You see right there?
We'd like to say at this time, thank you to all our seniors, the class of 2026, and to their parents and families for supporting them and allowing them the opportunity to represent Westport High School from the highest standard. Let's give all our seniors and their families a big round of applause. Thank you, guys.
The Northeast Texas Sports Network is dedicated on delivering the most entertaining sports broadcasts in East Texas. And if you're interested in having your next sporting event streamed live, visit us online at netsn.live.
And good evening, everyone, and welcome to New London, Texas, Bruce Bradshaw Stadium for a big district matchup here on NETSN as the Buffalo Bison come into town to take on the West Rusk Raiders. Hello, everyone. I'm Brett Swinney. Alongside me tonight, as usual, Jeremy Diamond. And Jeremy, I'm excited because you know when it starts getting a little chilly outside,
That's right.
that it's getting close to the end of the season, and there's that saying from Allen Iverson coming up. What is it?
Practice? Oh, no, not that one.
Not that one. Not that one. Playoffs.
Playoffs. Are we talking about playoffs?
Playoffs?
Yeah, it's time for playoffs. I mean, we're that close, right?
I mean, it's right there, and these two teams are trying to position themselves. You got West Rusk coming into this game at 6-2, 3-1 district play. Kind of looking at a matchup possibly next week to play ARP for that 2-3 spot, depending on how ARP does tonight against New Diana. But Buffalo's still trying to stay in the race. They're at 3-5, 2-2 in district play. The unfortunate thing, they've got West Rusk and Troop left on the schedule, so they're going to need to do some work here in these last 2 weeks.
Yeah, they really need. I mean, they need a win tonight because unless we've seen Troop.
Yeah.
And unless Troop decides to rest a lot of guys, that's
now
a
they've
tough
already
matchup.
won the district championship.
That is true.
And they're off this week, so they're Troop's taking a break. They're taking a rest, and
that Troop team's got tons of speed and tons of talent, and so that's a tough road to finish on, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not the two guys you want to finish with.
Yeah, Buffalo comes into this matchup again 3-5. They've beaten Eustis, Elkhart, and Winona also in district play, and then they have losses to Centerville, Shepherd, Fairfield, ARP, and New Diana. So, again, they've lost to some of those key teams ahead of them, so they're going to need to get some upsets coming down the stretch to have a chance. And tonight we talk about West Rusk. They have we've covered them a few times this season. They've had a pretty solid season. 6-2 with losses to Malakoff. I think last time I checked, they're pretty good.
Yeah, not too bad.
And they beat a really good Gladewater team, which is a really good win for them. They beat a really good Tatum team. They also played really well against Troop last week. It was a 2-score game, but really it was really a one score. They had an onside kick that was returned for a touchdown by Troop that kind of sealed that one last week here on NETSN. But this game is going to be an important one for West Rusk because what happens sometimes, Jeremy, when you have that rivalry down the road and you have it next week and you're playing this week, that sometimes something happens.
Yeah,
what's that called? It's called some kind of game.
Yeah, it's the trap game, right? It's the game where you can get caught because, again, like you said, you're looking for that next week in the big rivalry, and so sometimes you overlook an opponent that you might be favored in because of that. And so, yeah, it's an important night. And, again, Coach Mata's done a great job all season getting his guys ready, and I imagine that was preached a lot this week.
I'm sure it is. Well, let's speaking of that, to win, what are going to be the Diamond's winning keys to win tonight's game here?
Sure. Well, let's start with Buffalo. I think for Buffalo to win this game, they need to keep the West Rusk defense off balance. West Rusk has a great defense. They've played solid all year, and so I think changing things up, right? Maybe passing it on a running down or running on a passing down or running some tricks, right? Trying to get some motion, but get the defense on their heels. Second, I think you're going to have to force turnovers. You're going to have to make West Rusk give up the ball, and then they need to control the time of possession. They need to have the ball the bulk of the game, keep it out of the Raiders' hands, and I think that they can do those three things. They got a good shot at winning tonight.
All right. What about West Rusk?
Yeah, I think for them it's winning on third down, whether that's offensively or defensively, getting a stop on third down or converting that third down. And, again, that leads into number 2, right? Sustained drives and finishing those drives with points. Putting points on the board every time you have the ball obviously is going to be a big key to winning. And then lastly, I think they've got to stop this Buffalo rushing attack. Make Buffalo one-dimensional. Make them beat you only in the air, and I think that's going to be a key to success for them as well.
All right. Well, those are our keys to the game here, and we'll go back and get ready as let's see, we've got see if we can get the quarter here fixed. That is not
Third overtime.
We are definitely not in triple overtime, as it says there. Let's go backwards here. I think we want to go to quarter one. And it's going to make us go in Manly all the way back. That's just fun. As West Rusk comes onto the field. I mean, triple overtime would be cool.
It would be a lot of fun, but yeah, the Raiders come in tonight. They're wearing their kind of powder blue helmets, powder blue pants with the navy tops. An awesome look, and then here comes the Buffalo Bison. SHB, I think they ran that one out backwards instead of BHS, but that's all right. Oh, there it comes. It's on the other side. Okay, there we go. All right, so Buffalo comes in wearing all white with purple numbers and gold trim.
We got Calvin out on camera again with us tonight.
Yeah.
Two and two nights here.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like we're about to head down to the field for the anthem in just a moment.
Yeah, it looks like they're getting ready for that here. Well, they're just waiting on Buffalo to get started with that. So we'll send it down to the field, and then we'll be back for the coin toss here on NETSN. All right, we are back here for the coin toss. Jeremy ran to do something real quick, and so we'll go down to the field for the coin toss. We've got captains here tonight about to go out into the field. You've got for the West Rusk Raiders, you've got number 8, Bryce Pavuda. You've got the honorary weekly captain, Gentry Dodson, alongside of his brother, Judson Dobson, and then number 54, Caleb Wilson. For Buffalo, you have number 62, Adrian Videla, number 72, Brian Gonzalez, number 70, Hunter Gore, and the last one on the end looks like it's number 33. That's going to be Eduardo Villa. So those are your captains here as we get ready for the coin toss here on NETSN. We'll hopefully be able to tell you here in just a second what they choose. You never know what the referee is going to be easy to hear or understand. And Jeremy's back with me. We sometimes we don't know how this is going to go.
True.
Here.
That's true. We've been wrong before because it looks like they point one thing and then the opposite thing happens. So you never know.
They tapped the shoulder on West Rusk, and they deferred. So Buffalo will start with the ball. It's kind of a norm there usually.
True. Yeah, I mean, unless you're maybe the underdog and you want to get aggressive, right, or if you feel like you're going to put up a bunch of points. But, yeah, that's the norm.
So they will receive. They'll going right to left there on your TV screen. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you share the link tonight as we have lots of games on the network tonight, 7 more games. We had a really good one last night over at Overton. If you like points and you like long touchdown runs.
And I think lots of yardage, yeah. You had a couple of guys last night that really just, I guess you'd say balled out, right?
Yeah, between two guys, you probably had 1,000 yards total.
Yeah, almost, yeah. I know, Ash had, I believe he had, we said 630, 650, somewhere around there. I think 660 yards, somewhere around there. And then the quarterback for Overton had over 450.
Holloman.
Yeah, Holloman had over 450 himself. So, yeah, a huge night between two guys, and they weren't the only ones that did something.
Yeah, I don't know that we'll have that kind of game. Rusk likes to play defense.
Yeah.
Not that they can't score it, but their bread and butter is their defense. We saw it last week. They were able to kind of keep Troop contained for some parts of that game. I think that they'll tell you that maybe they could have played a little better on the defensive side, but that West Rusk offense, we saw them the week before against New Diana, and they are explosive, so they did a good job. So we got West Rusk going to kick off. They're going to fake the little quick kick there, and it's going to be number 22 for West Rusk. That is Luis Alardo here. Kicking off to Buffalo. Oh, they let it bounce. That was dangerous. Fielded by number 10. That is Lott, and he's going to get up to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, and a whole group of Raiders there on the tackle.
So you got Buffalo coming out on offense. They'll be led by their quarterback, Cole Davis, senior. The mission to see, I'm going to say a spotlight for the West Rusk defense on Mr. Cleaver up front. He likes to cause a lot of issues by getting pressure on the quarterback. He's set as a linebacker on here, but he'll come up here and usually end up lining up on the end a lot of times.
Yeah, and
they use him almost like a Micah Parsons type, where he just kind of goes wherever.
I think he gets to choose, and everybody else lines up around him. Right?
Yeah. It's going to be a handoff to number 2. That's Hayden Shaw, the tailback. And Shaw with a big run off the first snap. Shaw's across midfield, across the 40. They're going to take him down around the 37-yard line. Wow,
yeah,
big run.
Gunnar Harp was able to hurt him out of bounds, but not before he ripped off a big 38-yard carry there.
Man. So, nice start to the game by the Bison here, and they're already in Raider territory. So we got a little change in formation here. Going to shift some guys around. And it's going to again be that carry for Shaw. He's looking for room, and he is stuck.
He is stumped. I think that's our man, Hunter McCandless.
Woo. He was going hunting there, Jeremy.
Yeah, he was. He said, fool me once, but not fool me twice. And I think they're going to be kind and only make – I'm not sure that's – I was going to say it's a loss of 1. It could have been more.
Well, yeah, they were nice on that one, I think.
It looked like the contact was made closer to the 40, but they're going to give him the 38.
So it'll be 2nd down and 11 for the Bison here in the gun. And it's going to be a handoff. Oh, and a fake handoff. Nice throw.
Oh,
but
he
threw
throws
it
a
to the
pick.
wrong. It's Cam Brown with the interception, and he's got a chance. Is he going to run out of steam? He got a block. Brown is taken out of bounds around the 12-yard line, and that's the play West Rusk needed there after Buffalo with a great start. Cam Brown got an early Christmas present, Jeremy.
Yeah, you can't ask for that was thrown right to him, right? That was one of those where he threw it behind the receiver. I think the intended receiver is actually the slot, and he threw it behind
intended
him.
receiver was Cam Brown that play.
That's true.
I mean, he ran the route. He was there.
You couldn't have. Well, and I think he was trying to throw. I don't know. It was almost a hiccup with a handoff there, and I think the timing got off. And so where he thought his receiver was going to be, he was about 3 or 4 more yards more to the inside, and he threw that right to Cam Brown. And Cam Brown, as a receiver, said, "Thank you very much," and he took it back the other way.
Yeah, he didn't disagree with that. He liked the throw to him. So here we go. We got Judson Dotson coming out at quarterback. In the backfield with him, looks like it's going to be Williams. And McCandless is going to run all around the field. He's going to get the ball on that toss sweep.
Oh, what a
and
cut
he cuts
back.
it back. He's got room. Oh, just couldn't break that last tackler. And he gets inside the 5, close to the first down. Man. And we'll see McCandless all over. They like to line him up. He's listed on the roster as like 8 positions, I think.
Yeah.
They just put him like wherever they need him.
I feel like, it's like if he were a baseball player, he's the utility infielder, right? You can stick him anywhere. So ball's on the 4 here.
So 2nd down and 1. It's going to be a handoff to Williams, looking for a hole. Williams, and he's going to get the 1st down. They're going to mark him down to 1.
Yeah, good run there by him. There wasn't a lot of room. He just pushed his nose in there and got it down to 1. That run, that motion now is called an orbit motion.
Okay.
So they run the sprint draw and then that kind of loop behind.
So
they're calling it an orbit.
So
he's
running
orbiting
an
behind the quarterback.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So it's become the new hot trend in the NFL and college and high school.
Try to get
circles.
their speed up, basically.
Yeah, it's almost like the arena football version of, getting forward.
McCandless straight in for the end zone for the touchdown. 1-yard touchdown run for McCandless. So West Rusk takes a 6-0 lead. And we've got the Ryobi air horn right in front of us
Dude,
here.
I'm telling you.
Woo.
It gives me – I still get jumpy with it. That's a Longview Lobo staple, and for years I used to have to film in the end zone when Legacy played Longview, and it was always off to my left, and I knew it was coming, and I still jumped every time, and it still got me right there.
So we're on for the point after for West Rusk. And the kick is up and is good. So
that was Abelardo again.
Abelardo with the point after. So with 9:45 left here in the first quarter, West Rusk strikes first. They lead 7-0. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
And we are back here on NETSN. Brett Swinney, Jeremy Diamond here in West Rusk tonight for this district matchup where, Buffalo got a couple of plays together there, and then that interception by Cam Brown, the return all the way back inside the red zone, and just a tough way if you're gonna play a team like West Rusk, you can't give them freebies like that.
Yeah, you can't. And they were in a good spot. They were driving, and then nothing hurts more than stalling out like that.
Return from the 15-yard line. That is again number 10, Lott, and he is taken out of bounds right around the 25. We'll see where they actually spot it. And I think maybe they're going to give him the 26.
Yeah, I think
you're
right.
See if the ref's going to. Sometimes they walk crooked with it a little bit. See what they actually. I think they've got the sticks there at the 26.
Yeah, and it's always weird, too, on a kickoff or a punt because they got to do the ball change, right? So the ball goes to one sideline and the other one comes back in. And so often when that happens, we're kind of left in limbo a little bit waiting on that.
So it is officially the 26. Sometimes I can see what's going on. And here we go. 1st and 10. The ball is faked to the running back, and then I think the ball came out. And West Rusk says they have it, and they do. Fumble recovered by number 12, it looks like there, Chris Sanchez. And 2 out of the last 2 plays for Buffalo have not gone the way they wanted.
Yeah, and again,
I think it was a handoff situation. It looked like that, the quarterback the quarterback Davis was trying to hand off to Shaw, and they kind of got, I don't know if one didn't take it and the other one.
Well, and that's the danger you run with a late pull like that. They're kind of a late pull team. If you notice on the pick, he held it in that basket a long time, and if you don't have good relationship there with your mesh, it gets dangerous really quick.
So West Rusk finds themselves again in great field position here on their second drive. So 1st and 10 from the 28. Fake handoff, and Dodson tries to hit his receiver outside, intended for Comantre McGregor, incomplete. Man. if you're West Rusk right now, you're liking their field position here. You may not get this kind of field position all night. You got the first 2 drives.
You can't. You got to score both here, right? If you're the Raiders, you're given a gift. You got to take advantage of that gift. Here comes that orbit motion again.
Oh, tough snap. Ball's loose on the ground, and great job by Dotson just to fall down on it, not try to do anything fancy. Worst mistake is trying to pick those up and try to run with them and then not get it. And you end up giving the ball right back to the other team. So good job. Take what you're given here. Now, you set yourself now in 3rd and long. You're at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, so now you got 3rd and long here, right? 3rd and 15.
Oh, another bad
that's
snap
even worse than the last
off to the left, and then you have to take that one, and now you end up having to punt the ball away because there's no way you send your offense out with this one. You got to punt, and they are gonna run the punt team out. That's 2 tough breaks there.
Yeah.
Because it's basically 2 wasted plays. You didn't even get a chance to run the play. The quarterback just had to kind of fall back and take that
and
safety.
The first one was a little high. That one wasn't even close. That was about a yard to the right and about 2 yards over his head. So that would be what you'd want on a long snap for a punt.
Mm-hmm. Cam Brown is now back to punt. Look, the ball rolls to him. He picks it up in a low liner, and it's going to turn out well if West Rusk can get down there. And they do inside about the 1-yard line. What a punt by Cam Brown. That thing almost hit the guys in the head. It was so low.
It did. It's like the seeing eye field goal, right, or the seeing eye punt. It got right past everybody somehow. And, again, a great roll all the way down to the 1. So you don't get points, but you do pin the other team deep, right?
Yeah, and you get 2. You've got West Rusk is thinking, man, we just gave away, but now you've got a chance to get your defense back out there and force something right here. You've got the last 2 plays, Buffalo is not taking care of the ball. So you've got a chance to.
Yeah, and if I'm the Raiders, I might send a blitz here, right? Like I'm gonna try to make something happen here.
And they're gonna just push the pile
A
ahead
tush
here.
push, yeah.
And get up to the 4, I think. They're gonna get a couple. So maybe 3. It's not a bad push up the middle there. Was it the 49er push? Is that what they call it?
No, we play real football.
The KO's not here tonight. Can't give him a hard time.
He can't say anything.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll hear about it on Tuesday, though.
Yeah.
When we do our show. But, yeah, the Eagles.
It'll depend on how well they do.
That's true.
The weekend before the show.
That's true.
You know how that goes.
I have no idea. As a 49ers fan, everything is always easy for us. Oh, wait.
So second down and 7. It's going to be a keeper for the quarterback. That's Davis, and he's going to get a nice gain. He's close to the first down. I think he might be just a yard short.
They got him at the 11. Surely that's.
Well, I think he spotted the 10.
Okay, one official had him at the 10. The near side here had him at the 11. So.
Okay. So third down and 1.
And again, an effective job so far of getting out of their own area, right? Like they've done a good job of getting out of the 1, and so now you just got to keep control of the ball, right? Don't give it up again.
Play clock rolling down, and they better hurry. They're not going to get it off. That's a flag, and that's not where you want to give up a penalty unless they got the timeout. And the coach is walking out like maybe he got the timeout. We'll see. Nope, they got to delay a game. Ouch, Jeremy. Oh, 3rd and 1 from the 10. You had a great chance to keep the chains rolling, and now you've
put yourself behind the 8 ball.
3rd and 6 is not terrible, but it ain't as good as 3rd and 1, that's for sure.
Well, and especially not even that. Now you're on the 5-yard line. Like, you're just bringing in more trouble because you're probably going to have to throw to get out of this.
Yeah.
And now you're giving a guy like, Sincere Cleaver, or somebody like Vasquez a chance, right, to get in the backfield and make some trouble here.
Here we go. They're going to roll out the quarterback Davis, little play action.
I think that was knocked down there by our man Sincere Cleaver.
Yeah, you
the
called
man we
that
were just
one.
talking about.
Yeah, he was free on the rush there and got his hands in the throwing lane, and now you went from being able to probably just punch it through and get the first to now you've got to punt from your own end zone, and that's not many good things happen in this situation.
No, you get a bad snap here, and you might snap one through the uprights.
So you got Angel Moreno back to punt for Buffalo, back to return for West Rusk. Is that McCandless?
I believe so.
He's usually out there all.
He does it all, so it's a good bet to take.
And he's standing at the 40-yard line of the Bison, and we got
delay again
on the punt. No way. Let's see. It's 4th and 6 now.
Or is there motion? I'm not sure.
Some pre-snap, definitely, but
I told
another
you.
delay game.
I thought I saw zeros on the clock. I wasn't sure.
Man, that's tough.
So that's going to be half the distance to the goal.
You're getting to where you're standing on the end line as a punter, and
yeah, and you were anyway, but now everybody's closer, right? Like you were pretty much a yard into the end zone.
And you have that preferred distance that you have for your snapping,
right?
And if you have to adjust that.
And it cuts down on the punter's steps, right? He has a rhythm that he wants to be in.
Oh, and it may have gotten deflected. That looked like it did. And it picked up by number 5. That's McGregor, and he's going to run in for the touchdown.
What a play.
Wow. So I guess that's a punt return for McGregor for the touchdown.
Yeah. And, man, he probably woke up this morning and didn't even think he was going to get a shot at returning one, and that thing came right to him.
So touchdown Raiders there. Man. And it all stems back, Jeremy, the 3rd and 1 penalty.
Yeah.
If they had that, then they could have maybe punched it. I mean, no guarantee that they got it, but and this drive could have still been going.
Penalties and turnovers, right? They kill you. They had both. McCandless on the 2-point conversion.
Oh.
And he waltzes in. They ran a little swinging gate there.
Little trickery there, and they got him on it. So 6:10 left here in the first quarter. West Rusk extends their lead 15-0. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
We have gone insane here at CDL Training Academy. Get your CDL fast for only $2,900. How can we do this?
Because we're a crazy boys.
Get down to Henderson now. Call or click today to get your CDL.
All right, we are back here on NETSN. Brett Sweeney, Jeremy Diamond here, and I want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors for the broadcast that we were able to put out each week. This week we've got the Brook Hill School. We've got Fairway Ford out of Henderson. We've got see what else we got. Azalea Orthopedics, CDL Training Academy. If you need to get your CDL,
and we have some new friends, right?
Some new friends over at Stillwater RV Resorts, where they've got what, Jeremy?
Oh man, they have the haunted bus ride.
It's this weekend. I think it's the last opportunity here. So if you like haunted houses, you like the scary
if
field.
You like to ride in a bus and get scared.
How about a haunted bus?
Let's
man?
go, baby.
We'll play that commercial throughout the night a few times, so make sure you check it out. It's $5 a person to get in, so check them out as they support them as we support. Hey, and let them know that you heard it on NETSN and we sent you out there.
That's right, yeah, because, again, they're the important thing about our sponsors is A, they're great groups and great businesses, but B, they allow us to provide what we provide to you for free. It's not free to do these broadcasts, and so because of these businesses, they give us the opportunity to give you the chance to watch without having to pay or having to sign up for some kind of membership or subscription. And so we're grateful for them for what they do for us.
So Buffalo will come back out. Another opportunity, 1st and 10. Looks like the ball is at the 27-yard line, it looks like. And they're going to keep it on the ground with Davis. And the quarterback keeps it, and he's going to pick up some good yards. The pile is just going. He's still running. Look at him. West Rusk is just letting him go.
They're trying to pull down, and the Bison are pushing forward. Listen, a herd of Bison is a tough thing to bring down.
Yeah, that was a herd of Raiders and Bison there. We're all just helping each other.
You don't have any. I mean, I guess I don't know if the Raiders are used to Bison, but
that might be the longest, like a big pile like that I've ever seen. That was incredible. Across the 50-yard line.
Yeah, 26 yards on the run there.
Was it a run or was it it was a herd?
That was the ultimate push. there was pushing and pulling, and nobody wanted to go down, and he just kept going.
So Buffalo in great position at the Raiders' 47-yard line now, 1st and 10. They're going to hand off this time to the tailback, Shaw, and he's going to get across the 45. I think they're going to give him the 44. So a gain of about 3.
Yeah, so the key here, if you're Buffalo, is taking care of the ball. You got to get points here, and you got to sustain. Right, you got to have the time of possession has not been in your favor because you've had 2 turnovers, right, and then a punt return for a touchdown, and so they need to get some time on the clock here, and they need to get the ball in the end zone.
It's going to be another handoff to Shaw. He's going to cut through a few holes and still running. Good run by Shaw, running through tacklers. And here comes that pile push. This time not as far, but a nice run by Shaw. Now there, I do see some laundry over there on the play. We'll see what that.
Yeah, so we're gonna wait. It looks like the ball's walking backwards already. That's usually not a great sign. Oh no, well maybe.
Let's see. So they're talking about it. It happened. They're pointing up the field. We'll see what the white hat tells us here in just a second. Personal foul, face mask on Wes Rusk. Ouch, that's going to hurt.
So the
attack
run,
on
the
15.
run's going to take him to the 24. So that was a 20-yard run.
That'll be half the distance, right?
Yeah, so it'll go down to the 12-yard line.
Yep. Well, where they're trying to decide half the distance, they went all. Oh, they're still walking.
Yeah, they're now. Okay. There we go. Now we're at the 12.
He couldn't decide.
Yeah,
he stopped, started.
Like, just wait. Yeah, so 12-yard penalty to tack on to a 20-yard run there.
So we got Coach Butler's on the chat, checking in from the ARP game, I guess, playing at New Diana. Hey, let us know how that game's going. That's a big game in this district. ARP and New Diana both fighting for positioning in the playoff seeding. That's going to be a handoff and
great tackle
there on Shaw. Who got that? Who got that tackle there, Jeremy?
That was number 2. That was Tucker Heathcote.
Okay.
Came in from behind and got him by the ankles there.
So
they're going to lose a yard on that one.
Laura Farquhar says, thank y'all for everything you do. We also thank you to the sponsors. Go Raiders. Really appreciate it. And we've some good news. We're going to be able to follow the West Rusk Raiders playoff run, hopefully, as long as everything coordinates out. We've got we'll be following them on NFHS, so it'll be our voices or someone from our network following the Raiders here in the playoff run as they've got. And hopefully next week we'll see them. We're not sure yet on that one, but we'll see. A handoff, or actually a pitch play this time to number 24. That's Daryl O'Shea, and he's going to get up to the 10-yard line. That's a nice thing about having the great relationship we do with the UILs. We're able to pick up a lot of these East Texas teams here in this area. And, you look at the deal right now. They've got, I don't know if it's still going on, NFHS playoffs 50% off the first month. I mean, you get that, you pay that, it's like $7. I just subscribe to it. And you get every game on the NFHS network. It's a really good deal.
Yeah.
I know all the broadcasts aren't created equal on there. We all know, but there's a lot of good production companies.
And especially getting the first month, half price. Like you can watch, a few weeks of playoffs and maybe get
play action as Davis is forced to throw it away.
And I think that was Heathcote again coming from behind. Great play by him.
When you say that, I want to think I think of Jeffcoat, Jim Jeffcoat,
okay.
The old Dallas Cowboy,
See, I think Heathcliff from like the Garfield comics.
You got a combination.
So
it looks like they're going to line up a field goal attempt here. It's going to be on for the attempt is Angel Moreno.
Yeah, and again, I think points are important, right? You don't want to walk out of this drive without something, and so
the ball is going to be spotted at the 17. So it'll be a 27-yard field goal. It was a weird snap, and they get it in? They did. Wow, great job there. I was a little bit concerned that was a quick snap and hold combination, Jeremy. I don't know if you noticed that, but I did, and that was a great kick.
Yeah, almost like the hold was too deep. Like he caught it and brought it back further, but it worked, and so maybe the kicker wants it a little bit farther back. I don't know, but usually that holder wants to put it right in front of him, and he kind of stuck it behind him a little bit, but it worked.
It was quick. It was like It didn't stay held very long. So 3:02 left here in the first quarter. Buffalo gets on the board. They trail 15-3 to West Rusk. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
Brook Hill is more than a school.
I am more than a teacher.
We're more than a classroom.
This is more than a performance.
That is more than a scoreboard.
At Brook Hill, you are more than a student. Brook Hill provides a Christ-centered education that more than prepares students for college. It prepares them for life. Brook Hill is a place to grow, a place to belong, a place to thrive. Are you ready for more?
All right, we are back here on NETSN. Buffalo set to kick off. It will be Moreno doing the kicking here for the Bison. It's like back deep. We got Cam Brown on one side, and looks like is that McGregor on the other, I believe. It's going to go towards Brown, but it's not going to get to him. It's going to be fielded by the up man, and that is number 12, Sanchez.
He had some room there.
Nice run by Sanchez. He'll be tackled down around the 48-yard line, so they'll start close to midfield here. We're definitely going to have to get some scores going. And while we're talking about scores, where's a great place, Jeremy, that you can go get scores, get playoff brackets when they're released, maybe some polls, some pick'ems.
Yeah, I believe that.
And it's very expensive, but
it is. But I believe you're talking about the NETSN app. You can find it on the Google Play Store or the App Store. It's an expensive app. It's free.
Okay.
And like you said, you can find playoff brackets when that time
Jeremy,
comes.
nothing's free.
I know, but again, like we said earlier, thanks to great sponsors, it is free. And again, you get to see our polls weekly. We do top 15 in big school, small school.
Sometimes we get all of them in the top 5, except for somebody messed up this week.
I did. I had a couple in a row and I blew it.
Dotson rolls to his right. He's got a man open off the hands, incomplete, intended for Gunnar Harp. Oh, he could have. That was a tough catch, but he had his hands on it. I know he's going to want to have that one back.
And that's one I think if you're it needs to come out just a hair sooner, right? Maybe a little bit earlier, out ahead of him a little bit. But again, right, it's there. Gunner's got to make that catch. He's a baseball guy. He'll tell you he should have made that catch, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's kind of a pop fly, kind of the same thing, and so.
I like the shot they took there. I like it.
Yeah, you're in a good spot of the field, right? You might as well take a shot on first or second down. So,
man in motion's Williams is going to fake to him. He's going to throw over to Cam Brown, a little short reception. He's tackled down with authority. That was number 10, Lott.
Yeah, Lott said not so fast.
That's a good football name.
Yeah, it is. It is. there might have been a guy that I watched when I was a kid named Ronnie Lott. Was pretty good at defense as well. Yeah, so looks like no gain on the play there. So catch was made by Brown. But no yardage gain.
Coach Butler's got us an update. 14-0 ARP in the first quarter over there in New Diana. Thank you, Coach, for that update. Got Lindale and Pine Tree tied in the second quarter 3-3. Got that one kind of watching it. It's a battle for that second playoff spot in that district. Catch and another one for Harp off his hands. And
another one you got to have.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I need cover your ears, Brett. Currently, it's Henderson 14, Chapel Hill 7.
It looks like
I think
somebody just scored there, Jeremy.
Yeah, and I think it might have been.
I don't know who it was. It was somebody in white just scored.
I think it was the Henderson Lions that just scored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that game is a playoff game tonight.
That's a big one because the winner is pretty much in, and the loser is probably not going to make it.
Okay. So 4th down and 10 here for the Raiders. They're going to go for it. They're going to punt. As Cam Brown is back, they're looking for some more punting magic. And he gets another good roll. And it's going to be down to just about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, maybe not as good as the 1, but the 20 is not bad, right? So
Lindale did just score, and so they now lead Pine Tree 9-3 with the point after pending. So you got that game, but.
Well, the score hasn't updated online, but we're pretty sure a touchdown was had. So.
I mean, if the other team scores and it's the stream you're on, it may differ.
That's true.
You know that
That's
is
true.
Not here on NETSN. It's going to be a holding call against Buffalo, and so looks like they're going to back them up a little farther. So that'll be back to the 10, right? I mean, it's be a 10-yard penalty.
Yeah,
from the.
Yep.
Well, half a distance is
which is still the same. Yeah.
We'll see if that's where it gets. Sometimes the referees gotta talk it out and figure it out here.
That's right. You got the math has to math, right? As
there we
say.
go. Do the steps always math? I don't know.
And I know the whole point is to show everyone you're walking off 10 yards, but
can't you just
sometimes
walk
you
it
just
to
wish you'd put it on the 10, right?
go
Yeah, So yeah, hold there on Buffalo. Kicks them back another 10 yards, and again, it's their third penalty, but all of them have put them back deep in their own territory, right? All 3 penalties have kind of pushed them backwards. Score update, I did see Forney is up 17-0 on Tyler Legacy, and it's a home game there in Rose Stadium.
That's a handoff up the middle. And I did not see I would think that's probably Shaw.
It was.
Okay, I couldn't see over there.
He picked up 3 on the carry.
I'm looking around the corner here and I didn't quite catch him on that one. Buffalo, they've still, I mean, it's just a 12-point game. They just got to get on the other end and able to capitalize on it. They did get the 3 points a while ago, but they'd like to get 6 here at some point. Here. It's going to be a keeper by Davis, and he is met in the hole just shy of the 15. I think
that was 53. I think that was Chris Robertson.
They're lined up to give him the 15, but I didn't think he got to the 15. I guess they're going to give it to him.
Oh, sorry, that was 23, not 53. Excuse me, that was 23, Adrian Vargas.
So 2nd down and 6 for West Rusk. I mean, excuse me, for Buffalo, not West Rusk. Gonna go like the pass. Davis finds a receiver. It's caught and breaks a tackle and picks up the first down. Great job by Lott there to avoid that first tackle that would have been shy of the first and able to get that first down.
Yeah, it was a great move there. Kind of a sidestep, jump back, and was able to make the man miss, and then gets the first down yardage to the 21.
And that they don't have to snap the ball here. We'll see if they do to end this quarter here. They're taking their time. I think they're just going to let this clock run out, and we'll go into the second quarter. Yep, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. So here at Bruce Bradshaw Stadium in New London, Texas tonight, West Rusk leads Buffalo 15-3. We'll be back for the second quarter here on NETSN.
This is where legends rise and moments are made.
They're still on his feet. Come on, still on his feet.
From the buzzer beaters to the game winners, we bring you the action. Raw, real, relentless. We cover every angle, every story. From the streets to the stadiums.
It's going all the way.
Your favorite athletes. Your teams.
Ford breaks a tackle. Oh my gosh.
Your passion. All in one place. New games, live shows.
Here he goes. He's got some blockers.
This is the future of sports media.
There he goes. Quick up into the secondary.
This isn't just a network. This is a movement.
Ooh, oh, he ran over the defender.
Welcome to NETSN. Game on.
And we're back here on NETSN as Brett Sweeney, Jeremy Diamond here in New London, Texas, about to get ready to start the second quarter here. And you got another score update over there?
Yeah, so we just saw Henderson had a pick 6, so now they're going to be up 28-7 on Chapel Hill. And then Forney just scored on Legacy, and so it looks like that one's about to be 24-0 as well. And then I saw Brook Hill's up 35-0 over Bishop Dunn in the second quarter.
So that's going to be a no gain there on the first play, and that was a handoff to Shaw. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Bison here. Going to be a play action. He's going to throw outside, and it's caught by the receiver, number 4. And that is Elijah Harper, and he's going to get up to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, and a good tackle there again was Heathcote, as well as number 14, Ryder Stanley on that one.
So 3rd down and 4 for Buffalo here. So make sure you stay tuned. The halftime show, West Rusk won the state championship in their band performance. So hopefully y'all stick around and see the state championship band here on NETSN.
They're a great band. We've gotten to see them a couple times this year, and fantastic sound. You can hear them as they're playing in the background. Just lots of enthusiasm, done really well, and congratulations to them.
Yeah, and they'll have also Buffalo's band. We'll have the entire band performance here on NETSN Live. So just stay tuned with us. We'll take a break here, but the bands will be your entertainment, and we'll come back with some stats and get you ready for the third quarter at the end of the halftime performance. Run straight up the middle. That's number 2 against Shaw. Nice run by Shaw. Picks up the first down. They're going to get him up to the 36-yard line there. Make that to 35. They backed it up. So Buffalo's starting to move the ball a little bit here. And that's the thing we talked about. West Rusk relies on their defense a lot. Their offense, I wouldn't say they struggle, but their defense is what's king.
Yeah.
And so if you can score on them and stick around, you can play with West Rusk.
And I think if you can wear them down, right? I mean, I think the more plays that defense is on the field, the harder it is for them to be effective.
And Shaw this time has stood up and going to be tackled down for a loss.
Yeah, that was Vasquez on that play there. He shot through the guard tackle gap there and dropped him for a 1-yard loss.
So clock rolling here, 9 minutes to go. And don't forget, we'll have the hopefully at the next break we get, we'll show you at the haunted bus ride. They got their commercial coming up at the Stillwater RV Resort, our newest sponsor. Going to be a keeper by Davis up the middle on the quarterback read play, and he's going to pick up about 3. We'll get back across the original line of scrimmage there, plus a couple, so it'll be 3rd down and 8. And the crowd has kind of gotten quiet, Jeremy.
Yeah, it has. It's been I don't think they're, it's not been often that a team's been able to sustain drives against this this defense, and so the crowd, they'd love for the crowd to get back in it, right, give them some energy.
And really, without the turnovers, this has been pretty even.
Yeah.
I didn't see
right there.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Spoke too soon.
And O'Shea on the run, and he's tackled down for a loss there. But, I mean, here's the deal, though. West Rusk, if they didn't get the ball where they did, I would be interested to see how close the yardage is. I don't think there's probably a very big discrepancy.
No, there's really not. Yeah. And, again, that punt return for a touchdown was huge, right? That's really the difference as far as anything else goes is that's kind of a free point, right? It's so 4th down here in about, 13?
Yeah, I would imagine they're going to
do a little
punt
quick
this
kick
away, yeah. And it'll be Davis punting it back. He kicks it away from Gunnar Harp. And it's going to be downed at the 38-yard line, or make that the 39-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Raiders from their own 39.
Yeah, you kind of wish Lott had let that roll a little bit further.
Yeah.
It looked like it was going to go, and that may not have gone a long way, but
you just never know.
Again, Buffalo had the ball for a long time, but just wasn't able to do anything with it. And so West Rusk is going to take over here and in good field position.
And the handoff is going to go to the tailback, and that is, I don't know who that was, actually. It didn't look like Williams or McCandless. Who is that? It's going to be, actually, it's Williams. Okay, it is Williams. Okay. So Williams on the carry. He went backwards a couple, so he's going to lose 2. Here we go. 2nd down and 12. Dotson going to throw a quick pass out to McCandless on the outside. McCandless breaks tackle, steps through another tackle, and there he goes. Hunter McCandless. That gets the crowd hype. Touchdown, West Rusk. On a 63-yard touchdown connection, Dotson to McCandless.
That's how you draw it up right there, right? 63 yards for the big score. And again, like you said, up until that point, really Buffalo had been in the lead yardage-wise. That's going to help kind of tip the scales back to even.
Yeah, and the crowd, all of a sudden, you just heard it here at home.
The band's fired up, the crowd's fired up, and here comes Abelardo for the extra point.
Little high snap, good hold down. Abelardo's kick off the bar and no good. So no good. It's a little off the. I need the sound effect. Doink.
Yeah.
6:30 left here in the first half. West Rusk leads 21-3. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
There's something spooky going on at Stillwater RV Resort. Tales of old coming back to haunt the guests and the locals alike. Stillwater and the CDL Training Academy present the Haunted Bus Ride. Take a trip back to see the resort of old and witness the staff come to life to bring back souls that are so bold. If you dare try to ride, fright and fear will be by your side. For a mere $5, test your luck in hopes you don't get stuck. For 2 weekends only, come to Stillwater RV Resort if you dare.
Back here on NETSN, and hopefully you enjoyed that. The Haunted Bus. Make sure you go to the Haunted Buses. We give you love that kind of thing. And tell them that NETSN sent you.
That's right. Tell them that we sent you. Brett and Jeremy recommended that they go, and again, $5 a person. A great. If you're into
here's the caveat.
Yeah.
If you go and you have a good time, then it was Brett. If you didn't, it was Jaron Peoples.
That's right.
Oh, love you, Jaron. We need to give him a hard time. We'll see. Will he or will he not be on the Beast from the East show this week?
Yeah, I don't know. It's the burning question.
Returned by number 10, that's Lott. And he's going to push forward across the 30. He's going to get to the 31, I think.
I think that's where it looks like they're going to mark it around the 31-yard line.
That's where they're going to, I guess, decide on. So Buffalo will take over 1st and 10 there. And the Chapel Hill game now, we got our man K.O. Kyle Owens is there for the Red Zone game of the week. 4 turnovers in the first half by Chapel Hill already. They trailed 28-14.
It is hard to win when you don't keep the ball, and if you give it up 4 times, that explains the 28-14, right?
Mm-hmm.
It helps kind of explain the why.
And so we'll keep an eye on that one. Again, that is a playoff game this week. The loser is basically out. And we'll play action pass. It's Lott with a catch. He breaks a tackle. There goes Lott up the middle. Lott across the 40. Looking to get inside the 20, and a big play for Buffalo as Lott breaks tackles and rumbles across the field and picks up a huge gain. Wow, big play Buffalo needed right there, Jeremy.
It's all the way down to, the 18-yard line.
Yep. So a huge gain for Lott.
It's 41 yards on the catch there, on the catch and run. Yeah, so the quarterback started out 0 for 3, 0 for 3 had the pick and 2 incompletions, and he's had 3 straight completions. So
handoff up the middle. That's going to be Shaw again. He's going to get across the 15, tackled around the 14-yard line by Wes Rusk. Nice little gain for Shaw on first down. They're going to mark it actually at the 15, so he's 2nd down and 6. Or maybe 7, actually.
Yeah, 7, yeah.
Okay. Handoff. Shaw just kind of diving through those little bitty creases in that offensive line. And
yeah, I've been impressed with him.
He's
His
got
ability
good
to kind of
vision.
get through. Yeah, exactly. He's got the ability to kind of squeeze through a tight space that doesn't look like there's room.
Make himself little. This would be huge for Buffalo if they could punch something in here. It's going to be Shaw again on the run. He's got hold, and there goes Shaw into the end zone for the Buffalo Bison touchdown. It's a 12-yard touchdown run for Shaw. And Buffalo cuts the lead to a 21-9 deficit. He's a good tailback there.
Yeah, he is. He's like you said, he's got good vision. He's quick.
He's also your holder, which is interesting.
Yeah, that is impressive. Usually it's a quarterback, right?
Uh-huh.
But I guess if you get in trouble, he can pick up a bad snap and run with it.
That's true. They trail by 12 here. Oh,
They
you
got
got Rush
somebody
to
to
jump. And the kick is up. And they're good. They're going to, do you take the penalty and try to go for 2 here? I don't know.
It wouldn't be a terrible idea. I kind of think it depends on if they allowed that to go through or did they really stop it, because you had one official on the side waving his arms as if to stop the play.
Yeah. Was it one of those, maybe they made contact or
right.
They didn't want to get anybody hurt? They thought he had a free shot at him. They're discussing here.
So it looks like they're going to ask Coach what he wants to do.
I might try to go for 2. You get a chance to get a close one. Shaw's been good. It's going to be offsides against Wes Rusk. And I think that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, they're going to bring the offense on.
Yeah, I think this is a good time, if any time, if you're going to do it.
Take advantage of it.
Yeah. Because right now it's a 12-point. This will make it 10, which will be a touchdown and a field goal. So, you got confidence in your tailback, Hayden Shaw here. I think you put it in his hands, or if you don't, you get the pull from quarterback Davis, which he's been effective as well. And it's going to be Shaw looking for a crease. Oh, I thought he was going to get there, but then he met a wall of West Rusk Raiders, and it's going to be no good on the 2-point conversion. So with 4:31 left here in the first half, West Rusk leads 21-9. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
Your vehicle is one of the biggest investments you'll make, and at Fairway Ford, we're committed to keeping you on the road. Our service technicians are experts in all aspects of every vehicle we put our customers in. And with our mobile service, you can stay safely where you are. Our team comes to you to fix whatever issue you're having. Learn more and book your next appointment at fairwayfordhenderson.net.
And we are back here on NETSN as Buffalo is set to kick off. It is Angel Moreno again to kick off to the Raiders. So 14-6 in the second quarter from Coach Butler there in ARP.
Okay.
So Diana did get on the board. And it's going to be fielded by Cam Brown at the 15-yard line. Goes up the middle looking for a hole, and he is going to be tackled down around the 42, 43-yard line.
Yeah, so good return there. Again, he had plenty of room when he caught it and went straight at the middle.
Yeah, sometimes just using your speed and run up the field is your best method than trying to do too much. So we got 4:23 left here.
Yeah, I think if you're West Rusk, you want to run as much clock as you can here and get a score.
We go. It's a fake handoff, and Dotson's going to keep around the outside. Dotson's forced out of bounds, and he's going to be forced out for a loss there. That's one of those. That's what I was going to say. That's what you got to throw it away.
Yeah, throw that one away. It's going to be a loss of 2. The down marker hasn't moved yet, but now it is. So loss of 2 on the play there for Dotson. Yeah, I think you just got to toss that one to the sideline and live to fight another day and keep yourself at 2nd and 10 instead of 2nd and 12.
So at the 40 now. And it's going to be a pass out here to the outside. That's McGregor, and he is going to get maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. I don't know if they're even going to give him that. Maybe look like maybe just the 41, so a 1-yard pickup.
And that's the time where the T-shirt right under the jersey went against you because they were able to grab a hold of that T-shirt and pull him backwards and keep him from getting anywhere. And so
usually you want to tuck that in.
Yeah. Sometimes it's that fashion thing, right?
Yeah.
You got to look cool.
And Dotson steps up in the pocket, decides to take off with it. Tries a little shim and shake move there, and he doesn't quite get to the 50. He's going to be several yards short of the first down. Looks like they're going to give him the 49. Yeah, I think that's what the consensus is, 49-yard line. So it'll be 3 yards short of the first, and looks like it's going to be punt time again for the Raiders here. Now, you do have Cam Brown back there, so you do have that option. We've seen the Australian-style kick where they kind of run around with it, and then if they see it open, they can take off. He'll just punt it away this time, though. A good punt from Brown. Fair catch. Ooh,
and it's muffed.
Muff punt. Ooh, Shaw. Dangerous there as he corrals it at the 21.
Yeah, that was the late fair catch call, and so then it kind of rushed his rhythm there.
And he had a lot of other guys that are standing around him. Sometimes makes the return guy a little nervous.
Yeah, so they're going to give him the 22, it looks like. So they're going to give him a free yard there. Update, Lindale 17, Pine Tree 3 with less than a minute left in the first half.
Okay. So Lindale looking to try to lock down the district seed, the second seed there. And it's going to be a handoff to Shaw. And he's going to get the 24-yard line. So a gain of about 2. Got a Garrison Timpson score just popped up. 23-14 Garrison.
Okay.
Almost halftime, about a minute to go in the first half. So again, we're almost to that time of the game for the halftime show, so make sure you stick with us here. We'll have it live here on NETSN in its entirety. Shaw with a handoff, looking for a hole. I think if you bounce it outside, he had a little space.
Yeah. It looks like he picked up 2 on that carry.
And maybe a timeout. Oh, it's a 2-minute timeout. So the 2-minute timeout is here. So we'll take it with him. 21-9 West Rusk. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
Texas, it's football season. The lights, the crowds, rivalries. Every Friday night is game day, but here at CDL Training Academy, when it comes to your future, every day is game day. Just like on the football field, success behind the wheel of a commercial motor vehicle takes discipline. That's right. Focus. That's right. And safety. That's right. That's why we don't just train drivers, we train champions of the road.
That's right.
And here's the win and play. We're a TPST certified school. That means when you're ready, you don't have to wait for the state. You can test right here in-house. No delay of games, no flags on the field, just results.
That's right.
If you're ready to stop sitting on the sidelines and start moving your career forward.
All right, we're back here on NETSN. 3rd and 7. Davis rolls to his left, got a receiver. It's Lott, and he's going to pick up the first down. Nice pitch and catch there for Buffalo. So they continue to be successful moving the ball against the Raiders tonight.
Yeah, that gets them out to the 34-yard line, so 8 yards on the pitch and catch there for a first down. And
now we do have to remember that West Rusk does get the ball first in the second half, so that'll be big. So this is an important drive for Buffalo to kind of keep pace with West Rusk here.
Yeah, you know, we talked last night that, you know, a lot of the guys in the NFL, the 2 minutes before the half and the 2 minutes after the half are the most critical part of the game. And if you can get 2 possessions in there, you win a lot more games than you lose.
Pass to Lott. I thought it was, man, it was a one-handed grab attempt there, man.
Yeah, I thought he had it for a second. I thought he was going to get the old one-hander in there, and he tried, and then the hit came and knocked it loose.
Amidst all the traffic. Coach Butler update there, 22-6 ARP, 1:20 left in the first half. So ARP looking to try to get a matchup here with West Rusk next week at home for that 2 and 3 spot if everything holds true like it is right now.
And again, we're appreciative of Coach for those updates, and you too, if you're at a game, you can update the score through the NETSN app right as you're going along, and you can give what time is left and what quarter it's in, right, and what the score is, and then that shows up on our ticker across the top. And so, you know, the 7 games we have going, that's kind of the hope there, plus a few others that we're not able to cover live and kind of get an update of where things are as we move along.
That was O'Shea on the run around in. Ball now at the 38-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and it's like 6 there. Clock rolling here. Just over a minute to go here in the first half.
Oh, there's a.
And Davis.
How is that not a hold?
Oh, no. And then should have been caught, and then he got popped. That was Eduardo Villa there.
And then Cam Brown said, "Hello, sir. Nice to meet you," there on the sideline, and knocked that ball loose.
Man.
Put his shoulder right there between the 2 numbers. And
well, and you've talked about it. Tonight, they've really let them play again. We saw last night the Overton Mount Enterprise, the referees. I like it where there's not a penalty every single play.
Yeah, I agree.
We got a score, Joaquin 14, Shelbyville 10. 22
Okay.
seconds left here in the first half, or there in the first half.
That's a good game.
And we got a timeout, Buffalo. Okay.
Big play and 4th down here, right? You want to make sure you have everything you need. You don't want to make a mistake here on 4th down late in the half.
So the Bison will take a timeout. We'll take it with them. 1:05 left. West Rusk still up 21-9. We'll be right back on NETSN.
We have gone insane here at CDL Training Academy. Get your CDL fast for only $2,900. How can we do this?
Because we're a crazy boys.
Get down to Henderson now. Call or click today to get your CDL.
We're back here on NETSN as Buffalo set to punt this one away to the Raiders. Looks like Gunnar Hart back deep.
Oh, almost got. Oh no.
Oh, they hit the hit the kicker.
Yeah.
Oh man. And kicker shaking up on the play, and that's going to be an automatic first down.
Yeah, when 4 guys get that close to a block, it is dangerous because guys end up running into each other, and then they ran into the kicker. And it'll be interesting to see. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the personal foul variety.
Let's see. Yep, personal foul, roughing the kicker. 15 yards and automatic first down. So that's going to be a huge penalty. That's going to put
going to put
Buffalo
them on the plus side of the
yeah,
field.
it's going to be in Raider territory now, and still 56.9 seconds to go. Still 2 timeouts left for the Bison.
Yeah, so that's going to put them in at the 47-yard line on the West Rusk side of the field there.
If I'm a West Rusk now, you gotta find Lott right now. He's been the go-to receiver on the outside for the Bison so far. And I don't know if anybody else has caught a pass. Has anybody else caught a pass?
One other. It was Harper had that little kind of bubble screen.
But
on the
mostly
side.
it's been mostly Lott. He's going to go deep as Davis intercepted.
It's that man again, Cam Brown.
Cam Brown's caught a couple from him, and that's
Yeah.
his second of the game. He's going to run around and go out of bounds. But he's cut more passes for everybody except Lott from Davis tonight.
Yeah, he's now the second leading receiver in it, and that's not what you want, right? The problem is he locked in on that receiver when he rolled out like that, and he didn't take his eyes off. And Cam was in coverage underneath, but he with enough off coverage that he dropped under that route and was able to pick it off. And so for the second time tonight, Cam Brown looks like the recipient of a pass, and it's going to be Raider ball here on their own 40.
Man. And with still plenty of time, they've got all 3 timeouts. And they've got the receivers outside of it. I would expect Harp and Brown both to get some looks. So let's see where they go here. 44.3 to go here in the first half. Pressure. Steps around it.
Ooh,
tipped. Good defensive play.
Yeah, that was number 22. That was Mason Nedbalak.
Yeah, Dotson did a good job. He stepped away from the pressure and got it, kind of established himself some new footing, and he got that pass tipped and incomplete.
Yeah, great job there by the linebacker at the second level of just getting his hand in the way of the throw, because Harp was open over the middle.
So here we go, Dotson. Back to pass, got pressure in his face. Little screen pass to McCandless. Breaks a couple tackles. McCandless down the sideline. Still going. There goes McCandless. Can he get there? Hunter McCandless into the end zone for the touchdown. 60-yard touchdown pass from Dotson to McCandless.
Second 60-plus yard touchdown of the night. That'll help those statistical numbers out quite a bit, right? And again, a big touchdown here late in the first half.
So they'll start out in the swinging gate, move back over, and look for the point after. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up and good. So with 25 seconds left here in the first half, West Rusk extends their lead 28-9. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
Brook Hill is more than a school.
I am more than a teacher.
We're more than a classroom.
This is more than a performance.
That is more than a scoreboard.
At Brook Hill, you are more than a student. Brook Hill provides a Christ-centered education that more than prepares students for college. It prepares them for life. Brook Hill is a place to grow, a place to belong, a place to thrive. Are you ready for more?
And we are back on NETSN. We got 25 seconds to go here in the first half. As West Rusk with a big score there before the halftime. And they get the ball after the halftime. So they're in a good spot. And the kickoff is a little short one. It's going to bounce and take a funky bounce, and it's going to be live. Oh,
that was close. That was really dangerous.
That was recovered by number 4, Elijah Harper. But there's the old saying, you never want to let the ball bounce on a kickoff. because it does some weird stuff.
Yeah, the ball is not round. It's got
not.
round parts, but it also has a pointed end, right? It goes anywhere and everywhere.
It's definitely not called round ball. That's basketball. We have that coming up here in a few weeks.
Which is crazy to think about, right? I mean, it feels like we just started football season.
That almost marks a year of you being a part of NETSN. Well, because you were a part-time last year.
That's right. I kicked in November. And then did a lot of baseball in the spring and loved it and loved basketball, and I've enjoyed this football season.
And your wife probably enjoys the peace and quiet.
yeah. She probably enjoys having control of the TV and not having to watch sports all the time.
And that's going to be Shaw around in, and I think there was a timeout call after a pretty good run. It's up to the 41-yard line, and they are going to take a timeout. Buffalo will.
Yeah, so 15 on the run there.
So Buffalo timeout. But yeah, it's one of those things. I was trying to get you to do this for a few years, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
And then, once it gets you in the booth, and it's kind of like addiction. It's in a good way.
It is. Well, and like I said, I spent a long time coaching at the middle school level, and so this is kind of the best of both worlds. We get to watch, athletics, athletic events, and get to talk about them, and again, these coaches put in an incredible amount of time, right? They put in a lot of hours, and so it's fun to showcase and be on this side of it and get to highlight a bunch of different teams. You and I have the pleasure of being all over. We've been all over East Texas, seen a lot of things from 5A all the way down to 2A and in between, and so it's been a lot of fun to do that, and to get to see some of these teams more than once has been fun too.
Yeah, it's been a real blessing this year. We've had the amount of teams and amount of schools we've been able to visit, just some stadiums that I've never been to, and different coaches that I had not met, and so it's been a really fun season. And the second part of the season is about to start, and that's where it even gets it gets that extra atmosphere. Win or go home, and just blessed that we're going to be able to do some games for the NFHS network for the playoffs. So. And then, of course, basketball will have some games coming up, too. So lots of stuff going on at NETSN.
Yeah, the live stream feed line is going to get busy.
Yeah. And it's going to be a keeper for Davis. Gets up to about the 45 before he's knocked out of bounds by Wes Rusk. So let's see. You got 9 seconds here. You don't have too much time. You have one timeout. But I don't know. I don't know that that's the play you need. You're going to need to get something up the field, but it's going to have to be a quick strike and then get down or out of bounds. And then I don't know. Maybe you take a shot at the end zone.
Yeah,
I don't know if anybody out here is kicking this long field goal here.
Yeah, you got to almost break a big one here if you're going to get anything. Nine's hard when you.
And there goes
He's
Davis.
Get out of bounds or get
down. He makes a good run, and he gets out of bounds. That's about perfect as you could do. And where do you get marked out at?
Looks like they're on the 40.
40, okay. So now you got a shot to throw one deep.
Yeah, so 15 on the run there. Yeah, and you just want to get yourself enough time, right, to be able to get a throw into the end zone. And Brett, you have an update on the Chapel Hill Henderson game?
Yeah, 1:03 left in the second quarter. Chapel Hill just tied it up, 28 apiece. So we got a good
so
one.
In spite of 4 turnovers, they've managed to come back and tie that up. That's big for the Bulldogs. And now the job has to be to stop the Lions, right, with that minute left, and that's a big one there.
Yeah, I don't know who got the kickoff there. We didn't see the open,
That's true.
so it'll be interesting to see who gets the ball first. But
and Longview's taken a 28-21 lead on North Forney in a game between 2 really good teams there.
isn't that a 4-way tie for first?
It's a crazy, that district kind of got turned on its head the last couple of weeks, and so. Yeah, it's one of those. There's going to be all kinds of tie-breaking. I think pretty much the 4 teams that are going to go to the playoffs are in. It's just a matter of where everybody falls as it kind of finishes up.
Yeah, this is they're drawing something out here. They got a backyard play drawn up here. I mean, it's just got to be a deep throw, I would think. don't have time for much.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, unless you run some kind of hook and ladder or something like that. I think you either got to throw the deep ball or you got to do some kind of trickery to kind of get that defense drawn up. But if you look at West Rusk, they've got 4 guys at the 20 or deeper. They're not going to let anything get behind them. So it's going to have to be a trick play, broken tackle kind of thing.
There we go. Davis, throw and incomplete. And that's going to do it for the first half. So through the first half of play here in New London, West Rusk leads 28-9. We're going to take a break and let you enjoy the great halftime performances from both bands, and we'll be back for the third quarter here on NETSN.
brigade includes drill majors Luis Cruz and Caleb Barza. Class captain is Josh Betcher. Woodwind captain is Jacqueline Gemedit. And color guard captain is Yasmin Richardson.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get on your feet and let's put our hands together for your 2025 state champion, Rusk. October 18th, when the high school band achieved first division superior ratings from our judges at the UIL Regional Marching Contest. This allowed them to advance to the UIL State Military Marching Contest prelims at Bellevue High School on October 28th. After their prelim performance, they were selected as one of the top 5 bands who would advance to the state finals. In the award ceremony at the end of the night, after their incredible performance in the finals, they were crowned the 3A State Military Band Champions. Around the nets tonight, they are wearing their gold medals that all 128 ready band members received. Congratulations to the Ready Band for this remarkable achievement. Your dedication to excellence is not only recognized by your administrators, teachers, band directors, parents, and community members, but by band programs all over the state of Texas. We are extremely proud of you and how you represent West High School. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give one more big round of applause for our state band. Let us let it Tonight, we would like to recognize all of our senior band members and our band bears and band sweethearts. The band directors would like to say how proud they are of each of these seniors. The hard work, dedication, and leadership these young men and women have been the backbone of our band program and a key to our success. Some of these seniors plan to continue in music throughout college and become professional musicians and educating themselves. They will be joining 13 other former West graduates that are currently performing in bands at colleges around East Texas. Although we are certain that this will be their last performance in our stadium, we are so proud of these young men and women that they have become, and we look forward to what the future holds for them. And now, it's time to announce this year's Band Day. Drum roll, please. The 2025 West Band Bowl is Mr. Dylan Margot. Now, for the men's sweetheart, another drum roll, please. The 2025 West Band sweetheart is Miss Hannah Heffner. Let's give one more big round of applause for all the outstanding seniors. Outstanding. Yeah, this isn't a match fit, but our band director, Red Cameron, but I want to congratulate our band director on what a tremendous job that they do in our band program. Freddie Heffner, Stephanie Heffner, and Mariana Amora. Let's give them a big round of applause, please. Now, fans, enjoy the powerful Little Band Wall of Sound. Another 200 performers as our 2MUA state finalists, junior high band, playing the state champion high school band on the field to rock Booth Bradshaw Stadium for the last time this year. We will kick off our performance as featuring our combined junior high and high school major lines. Sit back and enjoy as the 12 perform to Bruce Chanel's hit, Hey Baby.
All right, we are back here on NETSN. Brett Swinney here with Jeremy Diamond, and a great halftime performance here from both bands. But that West Rusk band there is impressive at the size they are.
Yeah, and what a way to finish with the WR there in formation, and that's a huge band, right?
Yeah.
And then the cool thing here is, if you watch, they're actually getting lined up here on the sideline, and they're gonna cheer on their Raiders as they come onto the field. So the band's gonna be ready to play as the Raiders come out of their tunnel.
Let's take a look at some stats you got calculated for us, Jeremy. Let's go over those for us.
Sure. So again, our score is 28-9, and oddly enough, if you ignored the bottom half of this thing, you'd look at total yards, and Buffalo at 249, versus 118. You would think that the score is different than it is, right?
Yeah.
But the big thing is that
If
third line from the bottom.
If I had my telestrator, I'd circle that 3, not the 3 penalties, but right above the 3 turnovers.
Yeah, the 3 turnovers are huge again, and all 3 of them on drives, right, where they had some momentum.
And the fact that 2 of them, Cam Brown got some yardage off, especially that first one. He got a lot of yardage, and then you had I guess we think it's a block punt. That's a play that's not marked in his stats.
Sure.
The punt returned for a touchdown that was returned by McGregor.
Those plays contributed to where we're at, right? And again, Wes Rusk has done a great job in taking care of the ball and then taking advantage of mistakes by the other team.
Let's look at your keys here, see where they sit. Forced turnovers, that was Buffalo's thing, not to give them up. So that's they're -3 there. Time possession, I would say they're doing well there.
Yeah.
And keeping the West Rusk defense, I think
they've done a good job. Yeah, really, Buffalo's done a good job. And again, they're kind of a run-heavy team, and they've been able to run, but they've had enough passing to kind of keep the defense honest. And then if you go the other way, winning on third down, West Rusk hasn't had many long third downs. They had the couple punts, but again, the punts turned into an advantage, right? And they've had sustained drives. They've gotten points, and I think they haven't stopped the run, but I think they've made it difficult, right? They've given up a couple of big runs, but really
they've kind of bended but not break.
Yeah, it's 27 carries that's taken them to get that 168 yards, right? So you're not giving up big yardage on the run, but again, it's just a tail of a half, and there's another one to go.
And so the problem is Buffalo is going to be kicking off. That's Moreno again, and we're going to see a little onside kick. Oh, good bounce. Can they get it? Oh, it went out of bounds. Oh,
man,
great.
That took the shot you wanted off the shoulder pad there. It looks like, I think that was number 9, Tristan Castillo there. And, man, it came off that left shoulder, and thankfully it went out of bounds.
Because that bounced the other way, we could be talking about a different situation here. But I like the call, try to get the ball first here. And West Rusk hasn't been super successful on offense so far, as you saw in the stats. And so if you're Buffalo, maybe you're like, well, I think I can risk taking that chance on the onside kick.
And really, if we look at it, West Rusk 124 yards passing, and that came on almost on 2 plays, a 60-yard pass catch and a 63-yard for a touchdown, and that was both of those by Hunter McCandless just making a play.
So here we go. West Rusk takes over, starts this quarter, 1st and 10 here. It's going to be a little play action and a pick.
Oh!
And that's a great play by number 2, Hunter Shaw. Only question is, will he score? And he's going to be just tackled short. Ran a gas, but a huge play, and he read that right off the ball.
That took too long to develop, and he came from that safety position out there at free safety, strong safety area, and he came shooting through there and became the receiver. So kind of a turn of play here, right?
Yeah.
And that's what you need. You need to force some turnovers. They did that here, and they get the ball all the way down to what looks like, the 3-4 yard line. So big play.
I think it's going to be, they're going to mark it at the 5, it looks like, right on the line there. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 5. And, Buffalo, they had the chance at the onside, didn't get it. First play of the defensive possession for them, and they get a pick, almost 6. I mean, it's about as close as you're going to get. I mean, sets you up 1st and goal. And, the fact that West Rusk had these opportunities the first half, Buffalo, they've got to get some breaks to go their way. There was a great one there, and we'll see what they do with it.
Now you got to do something with it, right? You got to come away with 7 here. You can't kick a field goal, right? You've got to get 7 here.
If I'm Coach Jones, I'm going with Hunter Shaw. Well, they're going to go with Davis, and he pulls it, and he's going to be stopped. I think maybe a gain of 1 there. Not much. I'm going back to Shaw.
Yeah, he's been an effective runner on the ground.
They've got O'Shea in there right now, and of course Shaw may be taking a breather because he just ran.
Yeah, he's got
70 yards.
He's got 104 yards in the first half, and then right behind him is the quarterback with 62, and so.
We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, if it was me, I'd need some oxygen. So you can't blame a guy for running a big one back, and he got tackled pretty hard at the end there too.
Yeah,
so.
true. So they're going to leave O'Shea in the backfield there with Davis. And it's going to be a handoff to O'Shea, driving forward. Can he get the push? They've had good success with it tonight. I don't know.
Got it to the 1,
yeah,
looks like.
Not quite, but a good run there. So bring up a big, important 3rd down and goal from the 1. And the Eagles aren't out there. This is the Bison, so I don't know if they're going with the tush push.
That's right. But it looks like they might because that is a big boy in the backfield.
It is.
He's going to say, oh,
nope,
they're going to
hand it to him. He's going to dive forward. I'm getting out of the way. They did.
Say, that's a big boy.
Touchdown, Bison.
That's number 99, Sonya Jones. So the unusual number there on the carry, he was the left fullback and gets the 1-yard punch in.
Man. So on for the point after will be Moreno here, and we've got a game here, Jeremy.
Yeah, we do. Again, you couldn't have drawn it up any better for Buffalo if you're having to kick off, right, to get the ball after one offensive play and then go all the way down and get a score.
A little high on the snap. Got it down. Kick is up. And good. So with 10:19 left here in the 3rd quarter, Buffalo strikes quickly on that pick by number 2, Hayden Shaw, and they answer West Rusk, and they trail 28-16. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
And we are back here on NETSN, 28-16.
Yeah,
Got to get that out a little better there that time.
A new ball game, yeah.
So we'll see what Moreno decides to do. Whether or not they try it again, or are they going to?
Looks like he's going to go deep this time, unless he run in the old fake-a-rooney.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, we did. He's going to go again,
oh,
and they can't touch it.
Too much side spin.
Hit that hook shot there, and it didn't.
It did. That looks like some of my tee shots on the golf course. It's been so long since I played. So
it's going to be good field position here for West Rusk, and they've got to shake off that first play of the half on offense here.
Now that kick goes out of bounds. Do they get the 5 with that? Or they're just going to get it at the spot it went out?
Well, they're at the 47.
I was going to say, I thought I had to have another 5.
Yeah.
They hadn't marked it yet, so that's why I was curious.
So they'll move it to the 42. So it'll be 1st and 10 for West Rusk at the 42-yard line of the Bison here. We'll see what they can do here. We got Dotson in the gun here. He'll take it. And movement up front, it looks like. And that'll back them up. That 5 they just got, they'll just give that right back.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for them, it is now 1st and 15, not 1st and 10 from that spot. So
that's right. Yeah, it's not an even exchange.
It's not
though,
at
right?
all.
It's one of those that you're where you should have been, but it also didn't work in your favor.
So now at the 47. And it's going to hand off, and that's looks like Williams goes left, and a nice run by Williams is going to get back to the original line of scrimmage.
And maybe a yard even further. They got him in between. Yep. So they got him
Yep.
on the 41.
Okay. They were one had the other there again.
They're trying to keep it. They're trying to keep us on our toes here.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 9.
And if you're West Rusk now, you just want to, you don't have to hurry. You just want to, take your time and try to keep possession. They're going to send Williams out in motion, and they're going to go deep. You've got Cam Brown trying to adjust, and, that's one where if he stops and tries to go back and lets the defender run him over, he probably gets a penalty.
Yeah, that ball would probably need to be a little bit closer to him. He didn't really have a chance to kind of get to it. It needed to be thrown either a little bit further, a little bit shorter, one or the other, and kind of that in-between ball didn't help there.
I thought maybe that him trying to just avoid the guy instead of just going to the ball and letting him run him over, he might have got the penalty. But he was almost too nice in an aspect where because he's supposed to have the right to go back to it, and especially if that defender wasn't turned around.
Yeah, you're right.
So 3rd down and 9. Williams. And it's going to be stopped for a gain of about 2 to 39.
And really, this Buffalo defense, I mean, they really have done an admirable job. They haven't been given, they've been given some short fields a couple times, but they've really done a good job overall, other than 2 plays to McCandless of really containing this offense.
Yeah, 4th and, 7?
7? Yeah, 6, 7. I hate saying that. Sorry. My apologies to all those listening. I'm sure you're tired of hearing it like I am. So 4th and 7.
Dotson takes the handoff, throws, and a nice catch by Gunnar Harp, and he is going to score. Touchdown, West Rusk, 39-yard touchdown pass, Dotson to Harp.
And Harp had a little trouble in the first half catching a couple of the balls thrown by Dotson, and that was probably the hardest one that was thrown to him.
And an important one on 4th down. If he doesn't come up with that, you give Buffalo the ball again.
And that safety was lurking, and he came within an inch. I think that might have been Harper on the other end, and he just about had a pick, and it goes the other way for 6.
So 34-16, pinning the point after here. Little high snap, got the hold down. Kick is up and good. So with 8:40 left here in the 3rd quarter, West Rusk, they retaliate. They get the lead back up. It's 35-16. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
Brook Hill is more than a school.
I am more than a teacher.
We're more than a classroom.
This is more than a performance. That is more than a scoreboard.
At Brook Hill, you are more than a student. Brook Hill provides a Christ-centered education that more than prepares students for college. It prepares them for life. Brook Hill is a place to grow, a place to belong, a place to thrive. Are you ready for more?
And we are back here on NETSN. We've got 8:40 left here in the 3rd quarter as both teams have scored this half. As you've got the kind of the breakdown here of the line score so far. You've got this quarter's tied there. West Rusk won the other 2. And the kickoff, a good one. It's going to take Buffalo back inside the 15. That is Lott again.
Oh, and his own man got it away because he had room.
Woo. He's dangerous with the ball in his hand.
Yeah, he's got good speed. He's frustrated, and hopefully he's not hurt. I think he's just frustrated because he had room, and he was going places.
He's like, oh, man, guys, get out of my way.
Friendly fire is the worst kind, right? So he picked it up on the 14, gets out to the 33, so a good return there. Oh, 32. 32. They keep moving on us.
Yeah, they can't make their mind up down there, I guess. So 1st and 10 for Buffalo. Again, at the 32-yard line. Going to trips receivers here on the near side here. Interesting formation for them. And they're going to be basically a quarterback keeper for Davis. And they're going to use those receivers as blockers and runs over a defender and gets to the 40-yard line. That's run by Davis.
Yeah.
A punishing run there.
And a good job, a patient run too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like he didn't just go right away. He let his blocks get set up, and then he kind of read his blocks and kept going. And so
I don't know that we saw that formation tonight so
No.
far. And that was interesting that they, had that. And they set up basically it was a wall of blockers.
well, and you had tight end left, trips right, and then the back moving, and so yeah, it was an interesting formation. And so now they're going to go the other direction. They're going to go trips left.
And then they're going to hand it to the tailback. That's O'Shea. And O'Shea's got a little room. Runs through a tackler. Stays on his feet. There goes O'Shea. Runs to another tackler, and he knocks him out of bounds. Harp did, or he might have scored there.
Yeah, he had some room there.
Man.
So that went to the other 32, so
Man.
the plus side.
The running game of the Bison tonight has been impressive.
Yeah, that was 28 on the carry there, so a big run. And again, if it hadn't been for Harp knocking him out of bounds, because he really broke the tackle of Harp, but Harp did just enough to get him out of bounds and keep that from being a score.
Man, it's just I've been really impressed. I didn't know much about Buffalo coming into this game, and I've been impressed with what they're doing. They just had those turnovers that really just cost them. Davis is going to throw out to the left, and it's caught on the ground by Harper.
Just drop that. Which is probably what the quarterback's saying. Just drop it.
And that's, knowing where you are on the field. You gotta know where you are.
Well, and the receivers are taught to make the catch, right? Secure the catch. And so sometimes in securing the catch, you make a mistake by going down there on your knees there and
Maybe watching too much NFL where you can make the catch on your knees. And
I still don't understand the difference in the rules. It does seem silly to have, again, we've talked about it, right?
Mhm.
Pass interference is that way. It's spot foul. But then here it's 15 no matter what. You can tackle somebody 80 yards downfield, And
I think the problem with that is it's such a hard thing to judge.
It is.
And then you don't have the access to replay. Right? You can't go back and look at it. Davis rolls to his right. He's going to take off running with it. And we got some laundry on the field there.
Yeah, there were multiple flags. Those things came in from several directions. That means it's a pretty obvious hold.
Yeah.
That's going to be my guess. Maybe at worst a block in the back, but I would assume it's a holding penalty. Legacy has scored against Forney. It's 34-14 with a little over 3 minutes left in the third quarter.
Well, let the comeback commence,
Yeah,
Jeremy.
come on.
That might have been one of the biggest upsets in the state if that happened.
Yeah, it would be.
Forney's a good program. That's just a tough district that Legacy's in.
Yeah. They try to run a little trick play on the two-point conversion and run the tight end, former quarterback Von Lane, on an end around and try to get it. He's a lefty, so they try to run him in around left to throw, but there were two Forney Falcons there waiting, and they knocked him down. But it's 34-14 there in Rose Stadium.
All right, so it's second down and 23 from the 45-yard line. Long way to go here for the Bison. They're going to hand it off. Again, it's the running back O'Shea, and he's going to get maybe 5 up to the 40. They're going to get him to 40, so 5 yards. But still a long ways to go now.
We haven't seen Shaw back in since that pick.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know if you try to see him over there on the side. You'd think he'd be out here if he was 100%.
Right. I think that's him sitting there. I think I can see him on the far side sitting down, and so hopefully he's okay, and maybe they're just resting him to play defense. I'm not sure, but.
Somebody a play action here. Davis.
Oh,
it's tipped.
Oh, almost got.
Oh, was that Cleaver, I think, on the tip.
Sincere got the tip, and then.
We haven't mentioned him a whole lot tonight.
I know. I think Buffalo's done a good job of scheming him out of things. He did have that one knockdown on the rollout there from the end zone that ended up leading to the punt-ish block that was returned for a touchdown. So, but he had nothing direct. And then I think that was number 5, Comantre McGregor, that almost came up with a pick after Cleaver knocked it in the air.
Man.
What do you do here? 4th down from the 40. You got to get all the way down to, the 22-yard line? I mean, that's a long way to go.
It is, but
you're also in plus territory. You can't really. It's not really going to be a good spot to punt.
Yeah, if you punt it, I mean, you could quick kick it here and try to pin them down deep. I don't know. They're going to go 4 wides, 3 on the far side, 1 on the near side, and they're going to have Davis roll to his left. That's a tough throw, and not even anywhere close to the first down. I don't know about that call, Jeremy.
Yeah, that was a little bit.
You limited yourself by rolling opposite. It's hard for him to set and throw, and then you throw it at the original line of scrimmage, and you're hoping your guy can break 3-4 tackles
Yeah, that's
to get
a lot.
10
That's
yards.
a lot to ask for. If you're going to do that, you'd rather him at least throw it behind the line of scrimmage so you can run some linemen out there too and try to get some kind of screen or maybe a tunnel screen there. But so and again, maybe the play was to throw deeper and they had it covered and that was the only thing open, so he went with it. But it's going to be turnover on downs.
And they do have, it looks like Shaw back out there on defense. That's a good sign for the Bison.
So maybe they're just trying to get him a series where he got a break there. And
handoff Williams. He is hit immediately, bounces off the first tackle, and I think he got a yard out of that. That's a great play by Williams to get a yard. He didn't have much there.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a 3-yard loss, and he turns that into a 1-yard gain, and so
be 2nd down and 9 here. Going to send McCandless in motion. And it's caught. Bobbled and still. He bobbled it 3 or 4 times.
I think he caught that 8 different times.
Man.
And he let it go 7. Thankfully, the 8th time was the one he held on to.
McGregor he's playing with us up here.
Yeah, he was trying to see if we were paying attention. So 14 on that catch.
Great play.
Man.
It was caught almost. Nope, yes, Okay, caught.
Yeah. And I think the defense wasn't sure. Did we hit him? Did we try to catch it? Like, what's going on here?
It's going to be a play action. Dotson rolls to his right, steps back up in the pocket. He's going to go deep. He's got a man open. It's going to be, almost caught by Cam Brown.
And it went off the helmet of Lott.
Man.
So Lott played the defender there. And, again, Brown had a step, and the ball was just a hair late.
Yeah.
You got to get that out in front of him. Both times he's had space on the defense. He's had to turn and stop and kind of play a jump ball versus catching that thing on the
even
run.
off the helmet. He was just fingertips away from getting a hand on it to try to catch it. I think maybe the pressure up front kind of stalled Dotson a little bit because he had to step back. He kind of rolled right a little, and then he had to step back up into the pocket. That extra couple of steps probably
cost him the timing.
Williams on the end around.
Got a Bison waiting on him and then a whole herd.
Oh, yep, a lot of them. And great defensive play by Buffalo there.
And I think giving him the 44 was pretty kind.
Yeah.
But a loss of 3 there on the end around.
Lindale now up 17-10. Jeremy over there. So
Pine Tree's kind of chipping away.
Yeah.
That Carlisle-Mildred game, we don't know the exact time left, but it's 21-14 Mildred. And they've kind of stayed on that same end of the field.
Mildred just scored.
Okay. I was going to say they've been on that end of the field, it feels like, for a while.
And a pass, and the receiver fell down as Dotson was, I think he was throwing it out there. Is that Harp that's out there on the ground? The turf monster must have got him.
Yeah. We can say that tonight and be right.
It is turf here tonight. We had a track meet on grass last night.
Yeah, we did. If you when you get home tonight, man, if you haven't watched it, you need to go back and watch Kagan Ash from Mount Enterprise. And like we said, Holloman from Overton. They both put on a show for their respective teams, and Kagan Ash tied his state record with 599 rushing yards last night by their count.
And Brown punts it away. Good high punt, hangs up. Going to be a fair catch caught by Shaw there.
He likes to make those dangerous.
Yeah. Well, he was going backwards because there was a lot of Raiders around that ball. He was trying to get away from him. Looks like we got a Chapel Hill lead, 35-28, 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
That game is completely flipped because not long ago it was 28-14, so Chapel Hill with 21 unanswered. But, again, that can happen when you don't give up the ball, right?
Yeah, when you protect the ball and you don't turn the ball over.
Yeah, that's it. Like we said earlier, that's a huge game because The winner of that game is most likely in the playoffs, and the loser is almost certainly out.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to be a short gain.
I think they're not even going to give him anything. I think they're going to say
okay.
A gain of nothing there.
A gain of 0.
So Shaw is back in the backfield, so probably just needed a series to catch his breath and get ready, and so.
Yeah, they need him here. They need to move the ball here. They're, the time is ticking. Got 3-score deficit. They need to get something here probably before they get to the fourth quarter. Play action there. Pass out to Lott. He's got a little room. Lott shoved out of bounds, and kind of got tripped up over there on the sideline. But then we knocked out around the 35.
Oh.
And the incomplete pass by the referee there.
He's patting the leg. He said the right thigh got in the way there. Looks like the 34.
Okay, so 34.
Yeah.
First and 10 from there.
12 on the catch and run there for Lott. He's kind of limping a little bit after that one. Which, if you get shoved 18 yards out of bounds, sometimes that happens. But, yeah, he is. He's hobbling quite a bit. Hopefully this one's not coming to him.
So Davis, a little play action. Well, it is going to Lott. He's fighting. Oh, great body control by Lott, but he couldn't get his feet in.
Well, and that looked like OPI, too, because I think he gave the defender there quite a shove to get himself on the spin there, and they're going to say he's out.
He probably affected where he was at because he shoved him so much he pushed himself out of bounds. So that'll be 2nd down and 10 now.
Longview has opened up a 42-21 lead on North Forney. So just to muddle up the district standings a little bit there, and 10-6A. And they get the ball back.
Uh-oh. We got a timeout by Buffalo, looks like. So a timeout for Buffalo. We'll take you with them. 3:47 left here in the third quarter. West Rusk up 35-16. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
There's something spooky going on at Stillwater RV Resort. Tales of old coming back to haunt the guests and the locals alike. Stillwater and CDL Training Academy present the Haunted Bus Ride. Take a trip back to see the resort of old and witness the staff come to life to bring back souls that are so bold. If you dare try to ride, fright and fear will be by your side. For a mere $5, test your luck in hopes you don't get stuck. For 2 weekends only, come to Stillwater RV Resort if you dare.
And we are back on NETSN as we have a 2nd down and 10 here at the 34-yard line for Buffalo, and a drive that they really need here to end this third quarter. They've got 3:47 left. They need to get some points here. They're going to roll Davis to his left. Throws, and incomplete. Intended for number 4, Elijah Harper. I don't know.
That was low and outside. The roll left and throw is hard.
That's exactly what I was about to say, Jeremy. Like, why would you put your quarterback in a position to have to roll against his body?
He's done a pretty decent job overall throwing those, but you can't get much distance on it. So even if you do make an accurate throw, you really can't throw it more than about 10 yards downfield, and so you kind of limit your options. And again, maybe they're just trying to get the ball on the wide side, but I don't know. If you're going to do that, at least let him kind of set his feet.
Mm-hmm. That's just a really tough throw unless you're like Patrick Mahomes or something.
Or
like
left-handed.
Yeah. Oh, and a pull. What a pull from Davis. Had a perfect time. Runs in through tacklers. He's still on his feet. He gets to the 35-yard line.
And thankful for Heathcote not letting go because Tucker Heathcote saved a touchdown
Oh,
there.
my goodness. Daryl O'Shea got hammered.
Yeah, he did.
And
he gave one up for the team
He's gonna go over and take a break.
Yeah, because he just got smoted. He got smacked.
Goodness. What a run by Davis. I mean, that's almost the perfect pull.
It was a 40-yard scramble there by the quarterback, and
So
big first down.
They officially mark it at the 36-yard line, so they'll be 1st and 10 from the Raiders' 36. Davis, play action. He's going to throw out to his left. Receiver there, and Cam Brown just plays volleyball with him.
He said, listen, it's happened to me a couple times. I'm going to do it back to somebody else.
Intended for Harper there on the outside.
I think the only thing that would have been more satisfying for Cam had that been Lott, right? Because Lott's done it to him a couple times, and so he said, I'm going to take my turn at this.
He might could have reached up there and intercepted it if he did.
But, man, if you miss it, though, and the guy catches it, then it's bad, right?
It's a safe play.
It is.
It would have been his third. He's already got 2 on the night.
I'm sure he'd have got him the hat trick, the defensive hat trick there.
I mean, him and McCandless are kind of, in my mind, the players of the game.
Yeah.
You know, you got McCandless has had a couple of big plays and then the interceptions from Brown. Another pull from Davis. And my goodness, he avoided Sincere Cleaver barely and then ran into when they shoved him down. It could have been.
Yeah, I think he tripped over Sincere, who missed him there.
Ooh, man. Cleaver, he went off. He hit stick. He was hit stick. He missed him.
That was the kamikaze dive right there. He was coming in for no. He was taking no quarters there, and thankfully for the quarterback there, he got Davis got out of the way because that would have hurt.
Mm-hmm.
That would have hurt a lot.
So 3rd down and 7 now for the Bison.
They run that trips again.
Davis, he's going to roll out to his left. And he's going to throw and what a catch. Was he in bounds?
Was he laying on his back?
Oh, my gosh. That's Lott.
And
Wow.
Cam was inches away from his third pick. That was almost really bad, and then it got to really good.
I thought he was sitting down out of bounds.
He might have been laying on his back.
Oh, my goodness.
That was close. Again, no replay, right? But, man, I think if you hit the rewind, somebody rewind that 10 seconds and let us know if he does make that catch.
Goodness gracious. I'm going to have to go look at that here in a minute. They're going to move Davis, kind of tush push. He's going to be into the end zone for the touchdown, 7-yard touchdown run for Davis. Man, what a big play that was, because that went from the Buffalo may not be in this game to now they just scored and they're down 13.
Yeah.
Now you probably go for 2 here, I think. But the analytics, there, you're a math guy, right? 13. If you get this 2, well, they're not going to kick.
They're going to kick it, I think, to get it to 12, right? I mean, again, if you go for 2, you get it to what, 11?
That's the 3, an 8-point and a 3-point.
Maybe a field goal and a conversion. I think there was a false start on the kicker.
Oh, my. Well, whatever it was, that was good because it was about to get blocked.
Yeah.
They're saying, false start. So they're definitely going to have to kick it now.
The kicker's limping, which is not good.
Wow. I'd say this is an upset. One of our teams in undefeated has gone down. Wascom over Elysian Fields, 34-21.
Wow.
Man.
Big win for Wascom, and that muddies that district up.
Yeah, you got a
Elysian
3-way.
Fields is cruising.
And you got Beckfield now. Where does that put them? There's going to be some point differential, I think.
Somebody's going to have to do some big math there.
We'll have to work on that, before the show on Tuesday. So they'll try this extra point again. Now the ball will be spotted at the 16, so a 26-yard extra point here. Again, that's Shaw on the hold. The kick is up, and the redo, I think, is good, and it is. So with 1:47 left here in the third quarter, West Rusk lead is cut to 35-23. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
Your vehicle is one of the biggest investments you'll make, and at Fairway Ford, we're committed to keeping you on the road. Our service technicians are experts in all aspects of every vehicle we put our customers in. And with our mobile service, you can stay safely where you are. Our team comes to you to fix whatever issue you're having. Learn more and book your next appointment at fairwayporthenderson.net.
And we are back on NETSN as we have Chapel Hill now up 42-28 there.
Brett,
10 minutes to go.
I smell an onside. And if I'm West Rusk, I'm ready for that.
Oh, they're going to kick it.
They went sneaky with it.
Oh, and they're going to – it's a good spot because they got them to field it, and it slid down at about the 24.
So I was wrong, but that actually ended up being a benefit for Buffalo there, pinning them deep.
Yeah, I think that was Sanchez that fielded it and slid down and safely caught it there. I like that sometimes, though. I like it a little bit either more squibby or higher.
Yeah.
To make it a little bit weird.
You got to make it a tough catch, right? I don't necessarily love the new NFL kickoff, but I think it's added that element, right? They're trying to pop it up there and trying to get it within about the 10-yard line and in, but not in the end zone, and it kind of makes for kind of an interesting strategy.
So Dotson. Oh, and looks like that was going to be
McGregor.
on. Yeah, McGregor.
A little false start there.
He was ready to go, and it wasn't ready to. No one else was.
Looked like that ball might have been going out to the left there because he kind of looked like he was stepping out to his side. He was probably trying to get a seal there for whatever was coming.
So it'll be 1st and 15 for West Rusk.
Lindale, with 1:37 left in the fourth, has the ball, and they're clinging to a 17-10 lead over Pine Tree.
It's going to be a keeper for Dotson around the left side. Dotson.
And I think that was the play before. I think they reran the same play, but that looked like what they were trying to do before.
So I think Mildred did get the win. Chapel Hill looks like they're going to get the win.
So he got back to 5 penalty yards there. Dotson did on the run.
Yep, so 2nd down and 10 there, yeah. And Dotson looking left. Oh, Lott had, man, he had eyes on that pick. And he ran right through the receiver, Brown, to almost get it.
It's just taking too long. The route needs to be deeper. He's got to keep his feet moving, but they've done that twice, that little stop route, and that almost cost him a second time.
Well, and Lott and Shaw both have done a really good job of breaking on the ball. They've got really good instincts on defense.
Yeah.
So now we've got a 3rd down here and 10. And this is a big possession right here. If Buffalo can get a stop here and force them to punt, and they are, because Hunter Harp missed the ball there, intended for him, and good coverage over there by Harper. And now it's going to be punt time for the Raiders, and Buffalo's, they're hanging around, Jeremy. And what happens when you let teams that you probably should beat hang around?
Yeah, you get in trouble. It tends to not go well. This is big here. They need Cam Brown to unleash the leg here and just send one, right? He needs to go full send on this. The punt returner is not very deep.
Yeah, he needs to probably back up. Well, it was a low kick.
But he's got that roll. And not as much this time, but
not too bad. It's going to end up at the 38-yard line. So Buffalo will get possession here with 48 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. They only trail by 12. Anyone's game still.
This game is definitely up for grabs, and they're going to have to lean on this Raider defense here to get a stop. And can Buffalo do enough on the ground to make it happen?
I want to check out a score. This game looks like it's over. Looks like Gladewater are going to get that district championship. I think they won. Let's see if that's a final. 34-18 the 4th, and it looks like That game is that game is over there. So Gladewater, I think clinches a district championship for them. Congratulations to Coach Lewis and the Bears. One of the teams we
it's pretty hard to start better than Coach Lewis has. Just the one loss, and again, it was to this Raider. Sorry, I work there. This Raider team, 15-14, right, in a game that, if you ask Gladewater, they probably say they should have won. But man, hats off to Coach Lewis and crew over there for a big win and locking up what looks like to be the district championship.
As we go down and look for some scores here, we got 38 seconds here left here in the third quarter. And nice there, first down for Buffalo. They got it up to the 45 on a pass for Mr. Davis. And I'm not sure what we're waiting on here. They're
going to let the clock expire, I think, for the quarter.
They reset it. They reset the clock now to 42 seconds.
Okay, so maybe that's what it was. Maybe the clock ran when it should have stopped. There we go.
Yeah. So they will have to snap it. The play clock will not allow them to run the complete time off. So they'll have to have one more play here in the third quarter.
Again, they're going trips right, single left.
And it's going to be a run there from O'Shea, and he's going to get a yard up to the 46. And they don't have to snap it again. Now, they may choose to, just because they are trying to come back here. We'll see. It looks like they probably aren't, because last time Davis.
It's tough on a 3rd and 2, right? Like if it was 1st or 2nd down, I'm probably snapping this, but 3rd and 2, this is a critical play. Yeah, you want to make sure that you have, and you got the quarter to kind of talk about it, make sure everybody's on the same page. This is what we're doing. I think that zone read's really been effective for him tonight, though, because it's what happens is you have to have a defender on each player, right? So it forces a defender to either take the quarterback or take the back, and then everyone else has to read. And so it does take away an advantage you have defensively when that happens.
All right, well, we are through 3 quarters here in West Rusk, and so we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back for the 4th quarter. They lead 35-23 on NETSN.
This is where legends rise and moments are made.
They're still on his feet. Come on, still on his feet.
From the buzzer beaters to the game winners, we bring you the action. Raw, real, relentless. We cover every angle, every story. From the streets to the stadiums.
It's going all the way.
Your favorite athletes. Your teams.
Ford breaks the tackle. Oh my gosh.
Your passion. All in one place. New games, live shows.
Here he goes. He's got some blockers.
This is the future of sports media.
There he goes. Quick up into the secondary.
This isn't just a network. This is a movement.
Ooh, oh, he ran over the defender.
Welcome to NETSN Game On.
All right, we're back here for the 4th quarter. Brett Sweaty, Jeremy Diamond here, and we're about to have a big 3rd down and 2 for the Bison. Going to be Davis, and he is not going to get it. They're going to give him a yard. So 4th and 1 here, and
great job there by the West Rusk defense to rally on that and come up and make the stop.
You don't want to say this early that this is the game, but this could be like this is an opportunity they've got to convert here on 4th and 1. Still trailing by 2 scores. So here we go. Davis is under center. Don't say that a whole lot.
Oh, you got 2 guys. Now the question is, did the defensive player jumping offside cause the left guard to jump, or did the defensive player jump because, you know what I mean? Did he get into the neutral zone, or did he just move?
It looks like they're backing up the Bison here.
Yeah. It was close.
Yep. And here's the question now. You have 4th and 6.
I feel like we've done this before. I feel like we did this before, right? Where they had a 3rd and 1 down here in the right, and then they gave up 5, and then they gave up another penalty.
That was right before the block punt with their punt return.
So history says this may not go well. Again, whatever that means.
What's the percentages? Is the percentage better this time? I don't know.
Yeah.
So 4th and 6. Oh, that looked weird. Looked like the line moved early. And
there is a flag. Oh, and then he drops the
it.
pass. But what is this flag?
That was from way over here.
Yeah,
Nothing was on this side.
Is it a sideline warning? Or I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, the whole play was on that half of the field.
Yeah, there was no one over here, and the flag came from the back judge.
I mean, he had to run 30 yards to go get in the huddle with these guys.
He threw a rocket, and then I wonder if it's a sideline warning. I don't know.
We'll have to find out from the white hat here.
Sideline warning. Okay.
So what happens there? They replay that?
Yeah, so.
Because.
No, the play should stand because it's not a dead ball play. So.
Okay.
Well.
Or they replay it?
No. They're flipping it.
No, they are. Okay.
It's West Rusk ball because it's a warning. If it was the second one, then it is a penalty.
Okay.
And then it would continue the drive. But because it's the warning, then that ball dies.
Okay. It just seems weird that the coach could get on the field and have a sideline warning, and then it doesn't even affect the play at all.
And in that one, it didn't interfere with the play. Had it interfered with the play, then there's not a warning. It is a flag. But because it was on the opposite side. So I'm sure this is one where the back judges probably said about 20 times, y'all got to get back, y'all got to get back. And finally they decided to give the warning, right? And so usually they're pretty good about giving multiple warnings, but if it keeps happening, they're going to call it.
All right, here we go. Good explanation. That's why I keep you around.
Oh, he's got him.
Dotson's
he
got
finally has him.
Oh, he's got him. He's caught.
Oh, but I think they got him down at the 1.
Cam Brown with a great catch and a touchdown-saving tackle, and he was wide open. It kind of had to stop again for it and wait for it, but was able to come down with it. And a big play there from West Rusk. We just talked about how big that 4th down was, and last time they had that happen with the punt block and the punt return, and then you have a big play from Cam Brown there.
And again, the false start, the 5-yard penalty killed that drive. Mm-hmm. And again, we said bad things have happened when they've done that on a big play when it's when they had a 3rd and 1 or a 4th and 1, and so now
it's going to be Williams for the easy 1-yard touchdown.
Yeah, so good job there by Dalen Williams. He's going to pick up what Cam Brown left behind.
Man, that was a big turn of events right there.
Yeah, it definitely
really just swung the whole game right there. If you're a West Rusk fan, you're excited. And if you're Buffalo, you're like, man, these little things that added up tonight. Yeah. This could have been a different ball game here. They've came to play and they've had a good game plan. I mean, I'd give it to Coach Jones and his group. They could have came in here and was like, man, we don't have much of a chance here tonight. We're just gonna come play and have fun. But they're giving West Rusk a challenge here tonight. They're making West Rusk work.
And again, it's been turnovers, right? 3 turnovers to 1. And again, they've had a couple of turnover on downs. Like you talked about, the block punt, or at least the tip punt that led to the easy return for a score. I mean, it's those little things that matter in games like this, right? And again, it's never just one play, but those that when you compound it with 2 and 3 turnovers, then it gets dangerous. We got to watch out. The cheerleader, Calvin better duck. The cheerleaders are chucking candy bags, and that one came all the way up here. I think it hit right beside Calvin. Hopefully he got out of the way, or at least maybe he got some
We'll
candy.
See in a minute. If the camera doesn't move, Calvin might be knocked out.
That's right. We'll go check on Calvin in a minute, make sure he's okay. But, they're lobbing green bags of candy up here like somebody's got an arm.
I don't know about lobbing, Jeremy. I think
that was a rocket. I thought at first it was that football that has the tail on it, the one that the little kids throw that makes it. My son's got one, and it whistles too.
Oh, yeah.
So he likes to play with it when it's getting dark because he can hear it coming. It's just like that. And it comes right at you. And
that's an old school toy that's
but it's made its comeback. Yeah, I know. He got it from Pine Cove this summer and loves it, man. We play with it all the time. He tries to get me to throw it over a tree in the front yard so he can see if he can catch it on the way down. And yeah, good times. It's fun having a 4th grade son sometimes when that kind of stuff gets to happen. Things I did with my dad.
Kickoff We're fielded about the 19,
Whoa.
and Lott is shot out of a rocket there. Goodness, and a great return.
He hit the jet button there. He hit that sprint button, the sprint trigger,
and
got a couple of guys.
They're kind of slow getting up because he was a rocket. He hit a few guys coming out of there.
He did. He came flying out of there. Good field position here for the Bison.
Lott just a junior. You got a couple seniors, though. You got Shaw and Davis, the quarterback and tailback combination here from Buffalo are seniors. But
that's a tough when you lose your tailback and your quarterback. And that's been the bulk of the offense tonight is those two guys on the ground and in the air. So, but again, that's what the awesome thing about football is you get to reset and restart every year.
Yep. Davis takes a shot as he releases it, and Cam Ward swats it down.
Yeah, Cam Brown said
Cam Brown, not Cam Ward.
He does have number 1.
Okay.
And he is wearing blue like Tennessee, so I could see it. I could see where you could go there. Yeah, Cam Brown with a great break up there. And again,
he'd probably take the compliment.
Yeah, he would.
Hey, you called me Cam Ward. Okay.
I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take the contract too, I'm
but,
sure.
Man, I was more worried about the fact that Mr. Davis took a huge shot when he released the ball.
And that's the hard thing, man. When those quarterbacks reach back and throw like that, they're exposing their ribs, and he took a shot to the ribs.
Man, it was I don't know how he still got the ball there.
Yeah, I don't either. So, update, Chapel Hill 49, Henderson 28. They have not scored since it was, 28-14.
I think 2 of those scores were pick sixes for Henderson, too, so not a lot of offensive production. It's going to be Lott, and he's going to get the first down. They're going to – he says broke out of there.
Now that everybody let go, I'm going to keep going. Looks like they're going to spot him at the 40, at the plus 40. So 13 on that catch. Lott's had a good night. He's had 6 catches on the evening.
He's been kind of the lone guy that's not named Shaw or Davis.
Yeah, and Harper's got 4 on the evening, and so.
And O'Shea's he's done a couple of good runs here in the second half.
He has.
And I'm assuming he's a sophomore, so he'll probably take over the tailback role next year full time. And
that may be some of what this is, right?
And there he goes. Nice run for O'Shea there, and he's going to get about 8 on first down.
Yeah, so I think that may be part of what this is too, right, is getting some of these guys in here and getting some run and getting them some experience so that when that next year comes around, it's not something they haven't seen before. And he's been effective. It's not like he's been ineffective, so you kind of get both there, and you're giving Shaw a break, and then he's come in and been effective in this half.
You got a ARP up 54-9 in the fourth quarter over New Diana. They will clinch a playoff spot with a win. So looks like it's looking like a battle for seats next week. ARP and West Rusk, district showdown, big rivalry game.
Going to get that one to the 30 and get a first down. So 2 yards on the pickup for Shaw.
So we got a 1st and 10 from now the 30-yard line. That clock continues to roll. I feel like our game is the last one that finishes every week, Jeremy. I don't know what it is.
That ARP West Rusk game, is that here or is that in ARP?
That is in ARP.
It is in ARP, okay. Be a big game.
We got a handoff. I thought he lost the ball for a second. That was Shaw. He kind of turned around weirdly.
Dotson did a good job of grabbing him by the arm and kind of getting him off balance because he had some room and that allowed the defense to catch up, and the rest of the Raiders got there to make the play.
And we're negotiating to see if we can get that game next week.
Okay, I was wondering. I wasn't going to ask it out loud because I didn't know if where the rule was.
We're in talks for that one. We're gonna find out here.
I like that, in talks.
Where is Jeremy and Brett next week? That's the question.
Right. Yeah, it's like where's Waldo, but we're a little bit easier to find. we're not striped and we're not neither one. I'm not as skinny as Waldo, so I'll say that, but.
We hand off again to O'Shea up the middle. Nice run. Going to pick up the first down. Going to be tackled down at the 17-yard line.
So 9 on that one for him.
So we have made it into the red zone here at the 17. Davis is going to hand off again to O'Shea.
Great rally there on the tackle. That looked like Cleaver, and then I think Chris Sanchez was there to finish that one off, and it looks like no gain on that one.
Yeah, I thought there was going to be a little bit room for O'Shea there, and they closed the gap quickly. And again, thanks everyone for tuning in tonight's broadcast. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also like this video if you enjoyed the broadcast tonight. We appreciate you tuning in.
Oh, big play there.
Immediately stuck is O'Shea. And it looks like McCandless is there. I think he was leading the way there.
Yeah, and I think it was. I think the other one was number 23. I think that was Adrian Vargas. You know, other than those 2 catches in the first half, the big runs for touchdown. Really, we haven't said Hunter McCandless's name a lot tonight. He's probably been utilized more on the defensive end tonight, but yeah, he's had a quiet night by his standards. Again, for a guy that's kind of the utility knife here.
And you know, that's probably the less they have to run him, the better. They can save him a little bit for next week because those ARP Tigers are going to be ready to go next week, I'm sure. And Davis rolling to his left again, throws, and it's low. Looked like it hit the turf from here. Oh, they're going to say he caught it.
I don't think that anyone over on this side of the field agrees.
Yeah, that was close.
It was super low. And
then he's going to be.
Lott doesn't look like he's getting up here.
Yeah.
So maybe it's cramps.
I'm curious on that one, Jeremy, because that looked very close.
Yeah. We have to watch that one back, but it was low. I'm not sure exactly there, but it definitely looked iffy. Chapel Hill is now at 56-28 with 4 minutes left in the fourth.
Let's see. I'm going to try something here. Let's see if we got it. I think we did. Oh, I switched off of it. My fault. Let's try it again. I think I got that on replay. We're going to see whether or not he made the catch. Here's the play. He's going to roll out to his left, and he's going to throw here, and I think he did catch it, actually.
Yeah,
it was a good
close.
catch. I mean, we can go back, but it looked like, if you want to try to look, it looked like right here he caught it.
I think he's
See
got
there,
it.
He caught it right
pulled
there.
It right off the top of the turf.
Man.
All right. It looks like we're ready to get back to scheduled programming here. Ball is on looks like the 3-yard line. They got that tush push maybe ready. No, they're going to go deep.
There goes Shea, and he's going to get, looks like into the end zone. He does for the touchdown.
All right, so Shaw there on the carry.
So Bison touchdown for O'Shea.
Oh, was that O'Shea? Oh, I thought that was Shaw. Maybe I was wrong.
I think 24 O'Shea on the touchdown run.
Okay, you might be right. Yeah, you're right. Okay, I said that wrong. So,
and so now it looks like they're going to line up and go for 2 here with 5:31 left. So we got a little fullback action here, and looks like it's going to be Shaw this time in the game at the tailback position. He gets into the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
I was a play early.
Yeah, you were. You were ready for it.
I was.
So 2-point is good. And so now we've got a 42-31 lead for West Rusk. I feel like we've got an onside kick coming. We'll be right back to see what happens here on NETSN.
We have gone insane here at CDL Training Academy. Get your CDL fast for only $2,900. How can we do this?
Because we're a crazy boys.
Get down to Henderson now. Call or click today to get your CDL.
And we were back. That our score did go final. They did win and clinch a playoff spot for the 3rd straight year. They won 54-9 over New Diana. Impressive win for ARP there.
Yeah, it is. A big win, and again, like you said, it sets up a really interesting
There
matchup.
goes the onside kick.
Ooh,
that
where's
was,
it at?
I don't know. It's in the pile
there's
somewhere.
A body.
And I don't think that Buffalo got it because they didn't react like they thought they got it. And West Rusk does get it. So good job by the hands team for the Raiders.
That's going to give them the ball on the 45-yard line, so it puts them in good field position again.
So at this point now, I expect a lot of Williams here to try to finish this game off. They just need to get a couple of first downs probably. You know, Buffalo has 2 timeouts left.
Yeah, they're running a bunch formation, kind of a tight formation here.
And they do go to Williams, straight up the middle, and he is stopped for, you're going to give him 2. I think that's generous. I thought maybe just got 1, but they give him 2. Good run by Williams there, and they'll be able to run some more clock off of here. So it'll be 2nd down and 8. Ball at the 47.
So Longview had a big lead. It was 49-28. It is now 49-41. So North Forney's made a big comeback.
And Dodson goes around outside and connects with Gunnar Harp, who's also been pretty quiet tonight.
He has. That's going to put him on the plus 47, so a gain of 6 there. So it's going to bring up, looks like 3rd and 2.
This is a big stop for Buffalo. They really need it here. They can get a stop and force West Rusk to punt. They still have a chance here. Big possession. It's a handoff. It's Williams. He cuts it outside. Good run by Williams, and he's going to get the first down. He's going to be stopped at the 40-yard line. Nice run by Williams
and
there.
And he stays in bounds.
Yes, exactly.
Which is important, right? So not only does he stay in bounds, he also gets the first down, so you move the chains and pick up 6. Great run by him.
They're waiting for the sub there, and they're going to – I guess that's what they're doing here. A lot of subs going on here. They're back and forth.
Canton 35, Quinlan Ford 10.
Okay.
So big matchup. Congrats to Canton going, staying undefeated.
Week 11, Canton Sunnyvale for the district championship.
Yeah, Sunnyvale won 56-7 over Wills Point. So both teams are going to be walking in. A big score here. Gilmer 55, Spring Hill 28.
Okay. West Rusk takes their first time out of the half here.
PG with a big win, 51-14 over Pittsburgh. So Pleasant Grove picks up the win there. Again, Lindale beat Pine Tree 17-10. That was a final.
A lot of these games are probably already. We talked about it. We're always the last game. I mean, it's just, you know.
Yeah.
I think they had a great halftime performance tonight, and it was a lot of fun, and it was pretty long, and of course our games. Some of these games now are starting at 7, so it kind of skews a little bit.
Yeah, Fairfield last I saw, Fairfield was up 28-14 in the 3rd quarter. I'm sure it's farther along than that now, but that's the last score that I saw.
So you got 56-28 now on Chapel Hill Henderson.
Okay.
So that's got about a minute 49 left. So that was pretty much over there. I'm feeling a little bit better about my pick'ems. I haven't looked yet, but I'm feeling better about them.
Better. So 48, Tyler Legacy 27.
Did we see a Mount Pleasant score ever tonight? Mount Pleasant.
They were up big.
No, they were. Okay.
And I think Knack made a comeback, but they were up big at one point.
Dotson goes deep. He's got Cam Brown. Touchdown.
There it is.
And that's going to put a fork in him.
Huge play there. Finally,
Man.
Dotson got Brown on the run. He lined it up perfectly.
Wow, what a
41 yards.
A deep play by Brown. Man, great job by Brown.
And again, Cam's had to step a few times and not able to get it done, and so was unable to hook up on that one, and so big play. Oh my goodness! All right, ready for this? Longview 49, North Forney 39 with 30 seconds remaining in the quarter. And it says third. I don't know if that's third or not, but.
And the kick is up and good. So with 3:15 left here in New London, West Rusk extends their lead. They're now up 49-31. Be right back here on NETSN.
There's something spooky going on at Stillwater RV Resort. Tales of old coming back to haunt the guests and the locals alike. Stillwater and CDL Training Academy present the Haunted Bus Ride. Take a trip back to see the resort of old and witness the staff come to life to bring back souls that are so bold. If you dare try to ride, fright and fear will be by your side. For a mere $5, test your luck in hopes you don't get stuck. For 2 weekends only, come to Stillwater RV Resort if you dare.
And we are back here on NETSN. Brett Sweeney, Jeremy Diamond here, and looks like we had a personal foul on the point after. And so West Rusk will be kicking off from the Buffalo 45-yard line. We've got someone in the chat. West Rusk graduated 1986, watching from Omaha, Texas.
Nice.
Welcome, Donald Thompson. We appreciate you. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. And it's going to be fielded, fair caught, at the 15 by number 8 of the Bison. That is Jaden Cruz. So the band's starting to get fired up here as we get close to wrapping up here tonight. But yeah, thanks for everyone for tuned in. We want to mention any of the West Rusk fans out there. We are trying to get the game next week in ARP. We have not been told whether or not we're going to be allowed to do it or not. So
okay, now what? Now
we're back and going the other direction, I guess.
I'm confused. The ball was on the 17. Now it's on the 20. Oh, he fair caught it inside the 20.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, hold on.
There you go.
I was so confused because they placed it on the 17 and walked it up.
So we might be in ARP. We might be somewhere else. We're not sure yet. We'll know sometime.
We're kind of free. Oh, Harper. That might be back. Ooh, that was close to being backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're kind of in the free agent market here, right?
Yeah. We're looking for a game.
Yeah.
Highest bidder.
That's right. Who wants us? If you can feed us, you might win.
If you can provide concession food with a
debit or credit, yeah, we're in.
Yeah.
Hey, 49-49, Longview North Forney, and that's just the beginning of the fourth quarter. 49-49.
We got Make High Opinion. I don't know whose name that is, but anyway, from Colorado Springs, Colorado. Hope y'all can broadcast next week. Well, we're going to be somewhere broadcasting.
That's right.
Hopefully we'll be able to cover.
We got a couple of guys down here.
Man,
hopefully
they took each other out, I guess. But yeah, we're going to be somewhere. Hopefully we can broadcast. We appreciate everyone for tuning in. We got Omaha, Texas, and Colorado Springs, Colorado.
That was Sincere Cleaver. It looked like maybe they went like knee to knee or something.
Okay. Well, he's
limping off. He's kind of under his own power, but not walking like you normally want to, but it's what it looks like, the knee-to-knee bump, right?
He'll be all right. Maybe he'll sore tomorrow, but
yeah, those don't feel good at the moment, though, right? You're like, I think my leg fell off. So that ball is now on the 27-yard line. So
Good news is for West Rusk for playoffs, we are going to try to follow the Raiders as far as they go on the NFHS network. So make sure I know they had the discount, so if you can go hop on and get the NFHS discount, it's playoffs 50, I think, is the discount. It'll save you half off of the first month of the season. And then if you have to pay for the second month, that means y'all are doing well. So you probably don't mind.
It might be worth it at that point.
And that's all the games on NFHS. So
O'Shea's in the backfield again.
And they're going to give it to him. And he's going to push the pile up to the 30. Good, solid run by O'Shea there. Yeah, we shout out to Coach Mata and Coach Clark and all the hospitality we've received here in West Rusk. They took care of us here, and we appreciate it. It's been nice and warm in the booth here.
It has. Yeah, it feels great in here.
Sorry, Calvin. He's out there. He's out there in the elements making sure you can see.
He might not hear us say that, but we are sorry for Calvin.
Yeah. He's doing a great job tonight, as always. Some Richard Diamond guy just took the week off. I mean, what's up with that?
You know, one of his good friends was also a pastor, and my dad just retired in May, and so one of the guys he was closest to, which is weird because they live 3 hours away, but in Kansas that's close. But one of his good friends is retiring.
It probably
this
doesn't
weekend.
take that long to get there. You just go 90 right down in the old cornfields, right?
You can see everything for miles. You don't even have to slow down sometimes. It's great. If you can handle the wind.
So 4th and 5, Davis rolls out to his right. He's got the receiver, and they'll extend this possession.
That's Harper.
With the catch at the 39-yard line. So, yeah, Harper on the catch. That final over there in Chapel Hill from the great K.O. Kyle Owens. Chapel Hill 56, Henderson 35. Chapel Hill clinches a playoff berth. Now they've got a week to go figure out how they can win some games in the playoffs.
Right.
And I'm sure that, of course, they've had success in the playoffs. All you got to do is get in out of that district, and you can definitely win a couple.
Yeah, for sure. You can make some noise. And again, a couple times down, a couple rounds in, you might be playing against a district opponent.
It would most likely be Kilgore in the 3rd round if you win 2. Yeah.
That's a
tough
tough
that 4th seed. There's a
Yeah.
timeout on the field. Didn't see. Oh, this is the 2-minute timeout. Oh, okay. We'll take a quick break and tell you one more time about our sponsors. Want to give a shout out to Stillwater RV Resort. Go check out their haunted bus if you like that stuff. Tell them NETSN sent you. And here's what it's going to look like.
There's something spooky going on at Stillwater RV Resort. Tales of old coming back to haunt the guests and the locals alike. Stillwater and CDL Training Academy present the Haunted Bus Ride. Take a trip back to see the resort of old and witness the staff come to life to bring back souls that are so bold. If you dare try to ride, fright and fear will be by your side. For a mere $5, test your luck in hopes you don't get stuck. For 2 weekends only, come to Stillwater RV Resort if you dare.
And we're back here on NETSN as we have O'Shea on the run around the right
nice
side.
Run. 10 yards on that one for O'Shea.
He's been impressive. Yeah.
Jinx.
Okay.
No, he has. I've been impressed with him again as this second half kicked off. He's really kind of stepped up and carried the load for the team.
He has, and it's allowed Shaw some breathers, and so that's a good thing for him as he's playing both ways. And they're just kind of staying with him. They're going to switch Shaw. They're going to move him back in motion over to the right.
So final, Joaquin 34, Shelbyville 10.
Ooh, is that a pick for Brown?
They gave the cat. I think that was on the ground. Yeah, I think he knows it too. He was trying to sell it.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I couldn't get to the button. Sorry, people. I couldn't get over there to mute it. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, so Joaquin 34, Shelbyville 10 in the final.
Oh, I think that's the first time I've ever done that. Usually I can get to the button, but I
snuck up on
it. It just came out of nowhere. Man. Big win for the Rams. Did you go with the Rams this week?
I did.
Okay. You went with them the week before, and I didn't, so I jumped back in there with the Rams.
I was the only one.
So going to be a roll here to his left again. It's Davis looking for something. He is tackled down for a sack. And that is number 30, I believe, for the Raiders. That is Braden Caldwell.
Senior defensive end there.
They're getting some senior night love. They're getting a sack on senior night.
All right, Malakoff 38, Mount Vernon 27. That's a final there.
All right. So I had Malakoff there.
I had Mount Vernon.
Well, they didn't fool me twice. Me and KO learned our lesson. Maybe you'll learn.
I should have known, I guess. But hey, you win some, you lose some. Unfortunately, I've lost more lately, but that's okay. It's still it looks like I'm gonna finish pretty well.
KO went against us on one, didn't he?
He did.
What was that one?
You
remember?
I was trying to think. Yeah.
Okay, and we got a flag. Well, we only got 18 seconds left. What do we?
Waving it off.
They're saying a timeout for Buffalo.
It would have been delay. It was.
Okay.
I was going to say it looked like it was going to be delay. Yeah, Liberty Ilo 35, Jefferson 12. And Liberty Ilo has come. They were in the depths. They hadn't gotten anything going.
Jefferson
their way.
was a team we thought preseason they would win district. They are in the 4th spot, I believe, after all that shakedown. Man, how surprising is that?
And you talked about it off air, but the Tatum Eagles get a big win, 50-49, I think on a last-second conversion over the White Oak Roughnecks. And they were down by 6 at halftime. So.
Oh, you know what? This is fun. Tatum plays Jefferson next week. You know what they're basically tied.
Winning in.
Whoever wins that game is in the playoffs next week.
What a great deal there.
Oh,
if
man.
If you're Tatum, that's what you want, right? And if you're Jefferson, like you thought you had this, preseason we thought they were going to be the ones.
Tatum at home versus Jefferson when you're in the playoffs.
Man, what
playoff
a game
in week 11. Man, what a game. That could be in the running there, Jeremy.
Yeah, if we don't, that's true.
It could be one of the games, We're taking high spitters, remember?
That's right, we are. I forgot about that. Who's gonna take care of it?
No, we've got. We're gonna try to this. This is supposedly West Rusk if we can get the game, and
That's
then
right.
after that we're open.
Then we become free agents if we can't get this one for sure.
And Davis rolls to his right this time. Got a receiver, and it's caught on the sideline.
That's Shaw.
Shaw
There you
on
go.
the catch. It kind of moved him out to receiver a little bit this half.
And gets it all the way down to the 38.
When it gives him another weapon outside, since O'Shea's been doing a great job up the middle. So
yeah, and gave Shaw 14 on the catch there and a first down.
13 seconds to go here. And we have 1 week left, Jeremy. This has been a whirlwind. You have to know this is your first football season, but how fast has it gone from week 1 to week 11 already almost?
It's a blink. Like, I feel like, again, what's crazy is after we're 3 weeks from Thanksgiving break as if you're an educator, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's the week off and then 3 weeks till Christmas, and it doesn't even seem real.
Davis rolling around, and he's going to get the first down. He's fighting for yardage.
He almost needs to get down if they're going to.
Yeah. And that's going to do it here in New London. So we've got, man, what a game this was. I'll give it to Buffalo. They came in and fought hard tonight. The turnovers got them. They battled. And if we got the yardage added up together between the two teams, I would gather that Buffalo and West Rusk were pretty
probably
even.
has the edge.
They were
Just
probably
because of that
pretty
first
even,
half.
though.
That's true.
But
Yeah.
I think the yardage would be pretty even. In West Rusk, if you take, there's about 3 big plays that they had.
Yeah.
And you take those out.
That's true. And the turnovers, right?
Mm-hmm.
The turnovers, the block punt for a touchdown. That's really the difference in this game. And but again, hats off to Buffalo. They had a great game plan, and just a few breaks that didn't go their way, a couple early turnovers, and it kind of put them behind, and they just weren't able to catch up.
Yeah, that's going to pretty much wrap up our broadcast. Again, we don't know where we'll be next week. It's where's Brett and Jeremy going to be. We'll find that out soon, hopefully. If you enjoy listening to high school football talk, we have our weekly show, Beast from the East, that airs every Tuesday during the football season, 7 p.m. Jeremy and I are there. The KO Kyle Owens,
Sometimes
Jaron, if he decides to show up, depends on how his picks go the week before, I'm sure.
That's
right.
But we may not see him. If we picked well this week, we may not see him at all. I don't know.
We may not, but that's going to do it. Give our shout out to our man, Calvin, out in the camera. For Jeremy, I'm Brett. Signing off here from New London. The final, West Rusk 49, Buffalo 31. Thanks for watching. Good night, and have a good evening. We'll see you next time right here on NETSN. Williams fights through the yards, breaks some tackles. Williams still on his feet. Williams breaks another tackle. Here he goes. He's got some blockers. Sam Williams, he ain't going to catch him. Touchdown, God. 59-yard touchdown run on 3rd and 2 for Sam Williams.
Yeah, whoa. They get set early, very quickly here. Play clock down to 3. Dixon gets it off, low snap.
Pickram up the middle, and there he goes. Pickram into the secondary. Pickram is going to go. He is gone. Touchdown.
Macho steps up in the pocket, and he gets away from one tackler, avoids another tackler, tries to run.
He's still on his feet. Camacho still on his feet. He's still running. Camacho, goodness gracious, he's still going. Camacho, is he going to score? Wow. Touchdown.
Quick pass.
Bork adjusts and intercepted, and he caught it.
He's coming back. He's coming back.
He's going all the way.
Oh, my God. No,
it's Taylor.
Just let him go. Just let him go.
And a pick six.
Kind of stalled him out here. Brisbane got Stewart with a little.
Oh, he ran over the defender. A helmet coming off. Holy man.
Quarterback Smith. And Smith's in the gun. He's going to go back to pass. Goes out to his left. He's got a man open. It's
Bork again. Caught. Bork breaks some tackle. Oh my gosh. He's still on his feet. He's inside the 10. Touchdown, Arp. What?
Here we go. 1st and 10. They're going to throw it outside. They're going to double pass here. Going deep. That's Man Scott.
What a catch by Man Scott. It's a one-handed grab. He's going to go almost all the way. Just tackle at the 1. Highlight reel right there for Man Scott. Oh, my goodness, Jason.
I don't think you'll see anything like that.
Woo.
That's not an East Texas highlight reel. That's Sports Center right there.
Man, oh, man. What a catch.